Welcome everyone to Game 2 of the Pacific Hockey League game between the Melbourne Ducks and the Adelaide Avalanche here at the Ice HQ rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia. It's the Battle of the Barns, Part 2. Part 1 was played yesterday. The Adelaide boys were stung by a narrow defeat, going down 5-4. They'll be fired up for Game 2. They know they're in with a really good chance to win this evening. They've got passionate supporters who've made the trip all the way over from Adelaide to support them, and they want to give them something to celebrate and break the hoodoo of a long break between wins with interstate competition and national level competition. First game was a very tight tussle. There was a big contrast in styles between the two teams. The Melbourne Ducks, physical, big, strong, punishing game. The Avalanche, fast. They played very fast game of hockey indeed. They were back-checking very, very quickly. The Ducks never with any room to move. But the Ducks won in the end of the day with a couple of breakaways. And we're getting caught 54 shots. Jamie Burke was run down a couple of times. He's not used to that one happening, where the Adelaide Avalanche had a real sense of urgency in the game that they played. They've got one speed, and that is a flat out. Anton.
Yeah, I think everyone who was out here yesterday, they had an absolute blast. A couple of lead changes. They basically traded goals all game, and it was the big man in Hayden Dawes who scored that absolute scorcher there with 1:30 left to give the home team the first win for the season. But as you said, very passionate team, and the fact that it was so close for so many periods of that game, I definitely don't think that this will be any different.
Well, no, the Ducks had a much more measured approach with their game, and the speed is compared to perhaps the speed of the Avalanche. The Avalanche were playing absolutely flat out all the time. The Ducks sometimes a little slower, taking their time, measuring their efforts, and the big men used it when they really needed to. And there was a couple of lapses, though, where they got taken by surprise. The Avalanche, with a right to be a little bit disappointed. There was a 6-on for a little while where there was a referee had to make the decision and blow it up, but it may have cost a goal for the Avalanche that really could have been a game changer. But that's the way hockey goes. Sometimes the referees play what they see, and you can't complain too much about that. But the Avalanche with the right to be a little bit disappointed about how that whistle went. The Avs did outshoot the Ducks 44-38 throughout the game. The Ducks scored short-handed, 4-on-4 on the penalty power play, and all the Avalanche's goals were scored on the 5-on-5. So it may have been a bit of experience of the Ducks in mixed stuff. So Anton, tell me, we were talking about some of their training sessions earlier.
Yeah, the Ducks, obviously, they're here at the rink, and they practice here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And last practice, just before the season, Coach Pat was taking them through a lot of the special teams, and I think that really was the difference, right? 3 goals there on special teams when you look at the shorthanded goal and the power play goal. And there were another really great opportunities when the Ducks got that into the offensive zone. They whipped the puck around really, really well, and it shows that the practice may be working off. So the Avalanche are really going to have to look at that and try not to get as many penalties as they did last time. And that's really trying to step up and play that physical brand of hockey that we saw the Ducks come out with in the second period yesterday, Carl.
Well, that's true. The coaches would have had a lot to think about overnight in terms of how they're going to deal with the opposite teams, because they were such radically different styles of play. Again, the Ducks were just big and strong and hitting hard and trying to drill holes in the ground and plough their way through the Avalanche, if you don't mind the choice of words. And the Avalanche were just so fast and moving around the rink so quickly and with such agility that the two contrasting styles are a real challenge for the coaches to come up with strategies to deal with. We've had very few changes today for the layout of the teams. Adelaide Avalanche with one player out with injury, Andrew Chen. He's injured his shoulder, and they've swapped goalies around tonight. So they've now got Noah Maley in goal. I think it is Noah Tellalai, not Noah Maley.
It's Mattis Trinka.
Mattis Trinka's in for Jeremy Friedrich. Friedrich had a great game yesterday, made a lot of really good saves, but they've moved in Trinka, whereas the Ducks playing exactly the same team they played yesterday. No changes there.
Yeah, Dane Davis will be looking to backstop another great performance last night. He made 40 saves en route to the victory, and a couple really big ones there in the third period to keep the Ducks close when the Avalanche were really snowing them under in their defensive zone.
They were too. And other stuff that was happening is certainly early on. I think the Ducks were taken by surprise by the speed of the Avalanche in the first 5 minutes of the game, and that really set the tempo. And there was a lot of battles in the face-off, which were won quite convincingly by Joe McDougall over Hector Vilnak, who was a little bit disappointed with his face-offs early on, but it sorted itself out throughout the game. And as that happened, the Ducks started to gain a little bit more of an ascendancy. But for the first 5 minutes of that last game of yesterday's game, it really did look like Avalanche were everywhere, and the Ducks were being a bit swamped until they managed to get that get a bit of composure.
Yeah,
get the game all under
the
control.
Ducks really took the game by committee, right? 5 different goal scorers on the night. As we mentioned, big game by Vrelnik, who had a goal and assist, and Todd Cutter as well, who had a goal and 2 assists for 3 points. But that line of Vrelnik, Burke, and Ruddle were all over the offensive zone, and really no one bigger and more truculent, to use Brian Burke's favorite word, than Big Hayden Dawes, right?
Yeah,
he got out there, laying the body, and as he took those plays into the offensive zone, it just seemed that some of the Avalanche were a little bit nervous getting into the corners with him.
I think the term was a snowplow through the Avalanche when Dawsey got the puck and made a move with some speed. He's a big man, and he's got a real physical presence, and he played a big part in one of the goals early in the second, where he rattled the post, went round, picked it up, and basically pushed all the Avalanche players out of the way and set up the opportunity. And then he went on later on to score that magic goal in the third with about 5 minutes to go, and it was an absolute barn burner. It set the place on fire. It was all tied up before then, and it was looking like possibly overtime, but Dawsey said no thank you very much, and he just blasted a hole, and I'm surprised it didn't go through the net.
As the Avalanche take the ice, I think they'll be looking for a little bit more from their captain tonight.
Yep.
He did find himself onto the game sheet, but not in a scoring sense. He took a 2-minute penalty last night, and it was kind of an uncharacteristic penalty, right? They were on the power play, and it was just a slash to the back of the legs of the Ducks player, and that put the Ducks then on 4-on-4, which allowed them to alleviate that pressure. He's known as Showtime there in Adelaide, and if they're going to get the win, they're going to be needing a lot more from their captain, and maybe showing the fans here in Melbourne why he has that nickname.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on that one, Gossy. So we're going to have the national anthem now in just a second, and we'll obviously be quiet for that. But in fact, here we go. The players lining up for the anthem, and we'll give you just a few minutes break. Showtime, everyone. It's just about time for the puck drop in this round one of the Pacific Hockey League. The Ducks and the Avalanche. The first 5 minutes will tell us a lot about how the two teams have prepared overnight to get themselves going. The Ducks will be looking out for that really, really rapid work from the Avalanche. The Avalanche looking to try and avoid getting pummeled into the ice here by the steam trains of the Ducks. So we're about to get the puck drop now. And myself, Carl Brewer and Anton Goss will be taking you through the rest of the game. We hope you enjoy the show.
There we go, Carl. So starting today, we have Webster, Cutter, and Dawes out for the Ducks. And the Avalanche will be going out with the same line as yesterday with McDougall, Benson, and Riley. Let's keep a look on Riley. I mean, he's got some sick flow, a hell of a mustache, and he can skate. And while he didn't hit the score sheet last night, he was definitely one of the man of the matches there for the Adelaide team. So here we are underway with Michael McMahon for the Ducks, collecting the puck and shooting that deep onto Matthias Trunka, who has his first touch of the puck in the Pacific League.
And interestingly, too, there, Anton, we've started off the Ducks with the second line. They've got Dawes and Toddy Cutter and Liam Webster on as their first line today. They're probably trying to say something.
There we are. So face-off win there by the Ducks, battled hard by the Avalanche. And the Avalanche getting out and squeezes past Carpenter. And here comes Benson. So Benson chasing the puck down. There's no ice, and McMahon picks it up for the Ducks behind his own net. The captain for the Ducks chips it off the wall, and it just squirts there past Siemens. Here comes Big Dawes chasing down on Hazel, but Hazel gets it up to Riley. So the Avalanche should get out now, and Riley, with a nice little move, comes into the neutral zone. He chips that up to Benson. Benson winds up, looking for a pass through to Riley, but that misses into the corner. McMahon now collects it, tries to cut forward, but intercepted there by the Avalanche, and Bortignon will just dump that deep and allow Benson to give chase. So
first line on now for the Ducks.
There we are. So McMahon now behind the net, and as you said, they've got Burke now out on the net. He looks for Burke, and Burke drops the puck to Dawes. Dawes on the point, takes a shot through, and that misses and goes into the corner and allows Sack to pick up for the Avalanche. Sack with a nice little stretch pass, looking for Chen. Stick lifted by Bennett, and that'll go down for icing.
So Chen there again looking for that stretch pass. He did that a lot in yesterday's game too. He has a really good vision for putting himself in position to receive a long escape pass. The Ducks defence are going to have to watch for him very closely because he's quick and he reads that play very well.
That's for sure. So here's Vrelnik, Ruddle, and Burke, who were all over the puck yesterday. And Vrelnik with a nice face-off win gets it back to Stringer, who sends that down. A shot on and saved by Trinka, but collected there by Vrelnik. He finds Burke on the half wall, who recycles the puck down low for Ruddle. Ruddle now battling with Bortignon, squirts back out to Stringer, who sends that back down for Ruddle. Ruddle battling there with Malley. Out with the puck now is Vrelnik. Vrelnik into the corner, but collected there by Bortignon. Burke does a nice job to separate. He gets in front to Ruddle, a shot, saved by Trinka, puck in the slot, but Malley's able just to corral that and get that out to the wall. And here come the Avalanche through Sack into Steele, who sends that deep. Dane Davis comes out and leaves that for his defenseman and Stringer, who chips that over to Bennett. And he's got Ruddle and Burke coming out of the neutral zone. Looking for Ruddle, but a nice pinch there by Hazel, collected by Vrelnik, and the Ducks will get out, but only as far as the neutral zone. Nice little curl there by Corsons, collected by Hazel, and dumped deep into the Duck zone. Here's Corsons chasing the puck, battling with Bennett. Bennett does a great job just to keep it there. But here comes Hazel now. Hazel behind the net, bring it up, takes a shot, and that just goes off the side netting. Levesque now back, battling Dixon. Bennett up to Ruddle. Ruddle now tries to chip it off the wall, but a great pinch there by the Avalanche.
So I was having a little bit of a chat earlier with the coaching staff from the Ducks, and they were talking about how they needed to make sure they owned that space in front of the slot. But the intensity up here for the first period is a little bit more Ducks way this time.
So there's Corson looking for Hamburg, but just deflects that wide. Bennett now for the Ducks, gets it to Gallagher, and that comes out of the zone. So the Ducks relieve the pressure, but it'll get it only as far as the Avalanche captain and McDougall. He looks here for Friedberg, Hamburg chipping it through, but Trevor Leo does a great job to intercept that and get that into the neutral zone. Hamburg deflects that down, and he'll go for a change, allowing the Ducks to regroup in their own zone. Intercepted by McDougall, who winds up, blocked by Dixon. Here's Bortignon, back over to McDougall. McDougall with a shot, blocked by Anderson. McDougall still with the puck now, battling two Ducks in the corner. Out comes Benson, backhand shot, but just goes wide. Here's a battle now, deep. McDougall dumps Anderson, but Dixon collects the puck and bounces that off the half wall and gets that out into the neutral zone. D pass, now Bortignon for the Avalanche, finds Riley in the center. Anderson battling Riley, but he's able to twist and turn past the forechecking Duck and gets that up to Benson. Leo now chips it through, back to the Avalanche, and we see a forecheck, and here comes Webster. Liam Webster for the Ducks with the shot. Nice save there by Trinka. Rebound corrected there by Dawes, but that just squirts out, and he'll take that down back into his own zone and regroup. Looking for Cutter, intercepted there by the Avalanche with Sack, battling here with Big Dawes. Dawes now with the puck. He's got support back, but he decides to flick that high and looking for Webster, but intercepted there by Benson.
A nice skill there from Benson with the hand catch.
There we go. So Benson looking for Malley, intercepted there by Webster. Webster finds Cutter. Cutter for the Ducks, over the blue line, dropped over to Webster, winds up shot. What a save by Trinka, and the rebound pops out, but here the Avalanche, who chips that high off the glass, but not out. forecheck is going by the Ducks, but the Avalanche get it through Riley, and Riley will just send that high down on Davis to negate the icing, and he'll cover up for a face-off.
In terms of momentum for these first 5 minutes, we've seen it's much more even this time. I think the Ducks well and truly keeping up with the pace of the Avalanche. The sting in the tail from yesterday's game was the hits, and that does take a bit of speed out of you, and the Avalanche a little bit slower, and they're having to chip through rather than carry the puck.
Yeah, for sure, and I think that hard forecheck only works for the Ducks when they go as a 5-man unit, and that seems to be what's happening early on here in the first. So here are the Ducks now through Stringer, looking for Burke, just chips off his stick, allowing Seamus to collect it, but Burke intercepts it now. He's got Ruddle, finds Ruddle in the slot with a shot, and that just goes wide. Vrelnick behind the net for the Ducks now. He's got Stringer on the point, and he finds him. Stringer now, just a shot, Burke in the middle, shot. Trinka's down, where's the puck? And it's under him. Great save there by Trinka. That was a hell of a shot there from the point by by Stringer. Deflection there by Burke, and Trinka was all spread out there on the ice, but was able to find the puck underneath him to have a face-off.
So what we're seeing here a lot is the Ducks getting those early shots on and really charging in to get that dirty puck, and they're just waiting for the opportunistic rebounds, and they're going to come.
Yeah, look at this.
How you get those goals.
He was all big snow angel. He had it behind him, and he just got his blocker back to cover that up. So great job there by the young netminder. So big hit in the corner there, Burke on Bortignon, and the Ducks now with the puck. Squirts out through Sack for the Avalanche, who just trucks Trevor Leo. But Vrelnick now for the Ducks collects the puck. He takes it on the half wall. Nice little back check there by the Avalanche, rimming it around there for Levesque. Levesque misses it, allowing Stringer for the Ducks to collect it at the center ice. Dodges the hit there by Hamburg and finds Vrelnick, but a great job there by the Avalanche to collect.
Hamburg came off second best in that attempt to check.
Yeah.
So it's the big boys' game now, and the big men are the ones you've got to knock over. And so far, the Melbourne Ducks certainly ahead on the physicality.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a huge push by the Avalanche to try to increase that physicality versus last game. And just there with McDougall trying to knock the Ducks off the puck there, just finds the skates and trips them down, and he'll sit for two or less.
We'll get the first power play now. The special teams coming out, and this is where the Ducks were a bit more dominant yesterday. Obviously the 5-on-4 advantage, but they do have to be mindful of the sneaky counter-attack. You can get a little bit overconfident occasionally with a power play. They want to make sure that they own that defensive as well.
There's Dawes just having a chat with Cutter, saying what they want to do. I would imagine they try to get big Dawes in front of that net, because he'll be hard to move and really make it hard for Trinket to see. But let's see what the Ducks do here. So face-off win, puck comes back to McMahon. He finds Dawes on the half wall now, sends it deep for Cutter, right where he pointed for Cutter to go after the face-off. So it's already working. McMahon finds it over to Carpenter. Carpenter back to McMahon at the point, down to Cutter into the corner. He curls. He sends it behind the net for Dawes, finding it back to Cutter. He's got McMahon, but he'll send it down low for Dawes. Dawes just misses the Cutter, and Carpenter comes across to collect the puck. A shot into the chest there of Trinka.
A lot of traffic there in front of the net. So the Ducks doing a good job of keeping that puck moving around, but so far the Avalanche's penalty kill working well. They're not losing their structure, so only the one shot on there so far.
Yeah, great communication by the Ducks. As I said, Dawes came over to Cutter just before that puck was dropped and said, hey, when we win the face-off, you go straight down to the corner. We'll recycle it down and use the point, and it worked just as they planned. So let's see if they continue to overload on that offense and try to get that back, because it seems that they're really trying to push that puck back through Carpenter and McMahon.
Focusing on Trinka's glove side. Yeah. Sorry, on his stick side.
Yeah, blocker side there. So here's McMahon now over to Carpenter, who walks in down onto the half wall. So Carpenter now looking for McMahon. McMahon with a shot, deflection just wide by Webster. Battled hard, and Webster now has it on the half wall. He sends that back to McMahon. McMahon looking, he has Dawes, but Max shoots, shot, rebound.
Ooh, there it goes.
But cleared there by the Avalanche. So great job by the Ducks getting pucks through. That's the third shot so far on the power play. And McMahon will collect it in his own zone and find Burke. So here comes Jamie Burke, who's on the ice for the power play with his regular line mate Vrelnick and Ruddle. Burke takes it down low. He's looking for Ruddle, finds in front. Ruddle just fans on it and allows the Avalanche to send that down the length of the ice.
Good momentum from the Ducks. It's even if you don't necessarily score a goal, they're getting quite a few shots on, and that adds to the fatigue of the defending team.
So a little bobbling puck over the stick of Singer there allows Jamie Burke to collect it and find Ruddle.
We shouldn't have too much left on the power play at the moment. Not too many seconds, but...
So here's Bennett now. Bennett finds Ruddle, who sends it deep for Burke. Burke back to Ruddle. He's got Bennett. Will he use him, or will he send it back down to Burke? So here's Ruddle now on the half wall. Finds Burke down. They're going to switch. Burke now walking the line, looks across over for Vrolnik, just chips over his stick, and he'll send that back behind the net for Ruddle. So here's Ruddle in the near corner now, over to Burke on the point, back down to Ruddle. Ruddle takes a look, back to Burke. Burke, shot, deflected there by Bennett. Puck's loose, shot, Trinka's around, another rebound, but that goes into the corner. Now comes McDougall, but a great job there by the defender of the Ducks to use his glove to collect it. But here comes Malley. Malley twisting, turning, and laid out by Burke to separate the puck. So great job there by Burke to separate the puck and negate the scoring opportunity for the Avalanche. And here's Vrolnik now. Chips it up to Ruddle. Ruddle hit there by Sack. And the puck goes deep into the Avalanche zone.
A good power play there by the Ducks. Not quite able to capitalise on it, but they had lots of scoring opportunities.
Yeah, great job getting the puck through. A few rebounds there, but the Avalanche were able to collect it and get the puck out. So let's see how they respond now, killing that penalty, and if they can win back any momentum. So Trinka comes out and leaves that for Sack. Sack behind his own net for the Avalanche. Regroups that and recycles into his far corner for his defensive partner. He'll rim it around, looking for Bortignon, but stopped there by Sack. Finally makes its way to Bortignon, who chips it up, looking for Riley. Matty Anderson, though, intercepts that, and he'll go hard in there. But out with the puck now is Benson. He'll take it behind his net for protection. Takes a peek. He's got McDougall going for escape, but intercepted by Gallagher. Gallagher whipped it across. He was looking for Anderson, but it comes out to Gallagher, who looks now down for Anderson. He'll try to recycle it, but it comes out there, but only as far as McMahon. McMahon now will chip that puck deep and allow the Ducks to have a change. So great shift there by that line. Great forecheck and some good interception. But here comes the Avalanche through Riley. Riley with a shot. Handcuffs Davis, but Dawes able to collect that and send that down the length of the ice, and just not far enough for icing as Siemens was able to collect it there for the Avalanche.
You could see Malcolm McMahon there doing a good job of owning the slot and making sure there was no loose puck. They were pretty tough on themselves about that the last game, and McMahon showing us you're not going to have a loose player in the slot today.
There we go. So that was Levesque just passing that puck in, but just offside as it went just behind the Avalanche player, and with the stick just slightly touching it here close to the commentary box here, we'll have an offside.
And so far we've got 10 shots to the Ducks to 4 shots to the Avalanche. The Ducks certainly with the run of the play at the moment. They had that penalty where they got quite a few shots on and some good opportunities to lose puck. The Avalanche at the moment not able to get through the wall of blue, sorry, I should say the wall of green and black from the Ducks.
There we go. So nice little one-touch pass by Carpenter, looking for Bennett. Deflected there by Burke. We'll chip that down deep for Chase. So here comes Webster now. Webster out with Burke and Dawes. Webster with a shot. That just goes wide. Avalanche now send that only as far as Carpenter, who winds up, takes a shot, deflected just wide. And there's Big Dawes now battling hard with Siemens. Dawes finds Burke. Burke looks in front for Webster. Shot, saved by Trinka. And there's a play and a stretch pass intercepted by Bennett. Otherwise, Joey Quebec was in alone on a breakaway. So Dawes finds Burke now. Burke cuts in front, shot, and that just goes wide. Dawes picks up the rebound there, comes back to the point. Nice job by Stringer. Finds the bouncing puck off a skate, and the Avalanche will chip that down for Carpenter to give chase.
So Carpenter with a great slap shot earlier on the net. It was a high block, high catcher side. I reckon it would have left Trinker with a bruise in his hand.
That's for sure. So there's Dawes now, who gets trucked by Steele. But Vrolnik now on the backhand takes a shot, saved by Trinka.
So that was a little slow to get back on his feet there, but I don't think he's too badly shaken up, but it was a good hit.
Yeah, I reckon he's just not used to getting knocked down off his feet. Right? Not too many guys can knock over the big man.
That's true.
So that was a great hit there by Steele.
It's not a totally one-sided contest, that's for sure, and that's what we want to see. We don't want big run-outs, but so far 10 shots to 4. The Ducks on top with the flow at the moment.
Oh, packs in front for Dixon. Poke check there by Trinka. He does the splits. He keeps it out. The puck's loose in the slot, but the Avalanche get it out, and Trevor Leo will give chase. Daniel Chendo chasing hard, forechecking. Stringer up the point down to Dixon. Just rubbed off the puck there by Bortignon, and Malley for the Avalanche will have to collect it himself and send that over to his D partner. Back now here to Steele. Up to Bortignon, who finds Malley. And Malley here battling hard with Tashuma, who just lays him out there on the point. What a hit by Byron Tashuma, laying the body there on Malley. But here come the Avalanche through Chen on the backhand. And a great defensive play there by Tashuma to knock the puck off. But the Avalanche still have it here on the point with Czech, who just shovels it down into the corner for Steele. Pops out there for Chen. He'll turn, shot through, hits the skate of Stringers, and Byron Tashuma here will pick up the puck and circle into his own zone. Just take some time, allowing the rest of his line to change.
So there's a good intensity there in that little shift by the Avalanche. Particularly impressed by Chen. His speed, and he moves, he makes good position.
There we go. So there's Webster. He was looking for Cutter, but intercepted. So here come the Avalanche through Riley. Riley on the near side, cuts forward, looking in the middle, puck's loose. Who's going to get to it? So Big Dawes with the reach. Here he comes with speed. Coming in. He's got Cutter. Finds Cutter over to the side on the backhand. Just not able to find a pass through with the sprawling Adelaide Avalanche defender there in the middle. So great job there by the Avalanche just to block that pass through, because that could have been a one-touch pass over to Dawes.
Dawes again in the same position with that run down the side. Not this time without the speed.
There we go. So Dawes now battling hard on the wall. He'll send that deep, and Todd Cutter will battle hard, will collect that there in the corner. Battling hard there with Siemens. Siemens wins the puck up to his forward in Riley. He'll chip that out looking for Benson. McMahon does a great job finding Dawes, looking in for Cutter. Cutter over the blue line. Just trucked there by Siemens, and they'll get out here. So here are the Avalanche now with numbers. Passes up through to Benson. Benson separated there. Riley with the shot. Blocked there by McMahon, and that set rebound there just rings off the post. McMahon looks up for Burke, though. So this is run and gun, back and forth hockey that we have so far here, Carl. Bortignon up to Corsons. Kicks that through to Levesque. Oh, a stumble there by the Bennett. Pass, save. Oh, and a hell of a save there by Davis, who's able to cover up. And we're having a little bit of a tussle there in front, as the Ducks do not like having Hamburg there running their goaltender.
Yep. See, a little bit of a meeting of the minds there as Davis makes a magnificent save under good pressure. That's been the first real dangerous attack that the Avalanche have made, where they've really put the Ducks under any sort of real defensive pressure. Fast break. They've been chipping and trying to lift the puck over that neutral zone trap that the Ducks have been doing extraordinarily well so far throughout this period.
Dane Davis bailed out his mate there. Bennett just took a little tumble there, which allowed Levesque to get through, and Davis made a great save. The rebound popped up, but he covered up and just used his big body there to not be allowed to be pushed through into the net. So great job there by the netminder. So here we are now, face-off win by the Avalanche, poked through by Ruddle, and we've got a 2-on-1, and we've got Vrilnek, Ruddle, Burke, shot by Ruddle, and that goes wide. Ruddle now in the corner, has the puck, sends it back to the point for Stringer, who'll just chip that back for Ruddle. Ruddle now battling hard with Bortignon, who's tried to send the puck out there for Levesque.
And we've got a hooking call.
And we've got a hooking call, and it looks like it'll be going to the Avalanche player in Bortignon. And we just take a look at that on the replay. There was that battle there on the side with Ruddle. As you see, Ruddle collects the puck, and that little check into the hands just allowed Bortignon to collect the puck. But as you know, any little stick up in the hands, they're going to call that with those stick infractions. So another power play for the special teams here for the Ducks. They were great on the first one despite not scoring. So here's Burke now with the puck on the half wall. He's got McMahon, sends it over to Vrilnek, shot, scores! What a goal! Hector Vrilnek, top shelf where you keep the cookies from the kids. Oh, buddy!
The biscuits in the biscuit jar. So a great power play. It was going to happen on the early one. It's a little bit of a push and shove as the Ducks come past to celebrate with their lines, but you can just see moving the goalie from side to side, and it really is a matter of just getting the shots on. And with 17 shots on the net, and now 18 including the goal, Ducks are just peppering the net, and that's where we're getting those opportunities.
Take a look at that replay, Carl. You know, the Ducks have been doing it a lot in the power play, that half wall to the D, right? So Burke would normally send that back to McMahon, but he does that beautiful cross-seam pass, and on his off-wing, Vrilnik's just able to one-time that where the sun don't shine. And that was a beautiful goal.
He's not going to miss that one. So the Avalanche will be stung in the tail now. They're going to come back hard.
So another special teams goal for the Ducks as they score their second power play goal of this mini series here in round one. There we are. So here come the Ducks again with Webster looking in front to Dawes, just chipped on the stick, but the Avalanche will get it out through Riley. Riley's got Benson cutting. Riley shot, save, rebound in front, and that'll go into the corner.
Some good composed defense there by McMahon, cutting off that pass, making sure that the cross pass wasn't an option.
That's for
so
sure.
Davis only one player to have to worry about.
There we go. So here's Webster now into the offensive zone. Tried to find his partner there in Cutter, but that was intercepted there by McDougall. McDougall was looking for Riley, bounces off a few skates, and comes out into the neutral zone, forcing the Avalanche to regroup into the defensive zone here. So here comes Ben Steele. Tried to chip that in, but blocked there by Dawes. Allowing Bennett to find his D partner there in Stringer. Stringer looking for Dixon, who gets hit hard by Hamburg, and in comes Sack. But here's Anderson. They've got numbers. So here's Dixon coming in on the far side, walks around the Adelaide defender, looks in front. Oh, just misses Anderson and allowing the Avalanche to come the other way. So here comes Corsons for the Avalanche. Far takes a shot on. The net's off, but we don't
No, net's still on. It's all good.
Yeah, no, net's off, but Dane Davis will just trying to pull that one back on there. Just not enough. So Ducks come out now with Dixon looking for Gallagher, intercepted by Levesque, who sends that deep into the Duck zone. A DDD pass for Bennett, just misses him, allowing Corsons to drop for Hamburg, looking for the slot, out to Corsons, back to Hazel, shot, nice block by Gallagher, wide up by Sack, and a deflection just wide into the corner. So here's some offensive pressure from the Avalanche, doing well. Corsons back to Hamburg, finds Sack. Sack with a little wrister, deflected, just off the leg of Vrelnik, but wide. Corsons now recycles it behind, but Stringer gets there first, chipping it up the wall. Nice pinch there by Sack, sends it deep, little poke by Hamburg, and the puck comes up into there, and that's going to be a high stick.
High sticking.
Oh, and just a little bit of miscommunication there from Gallagher. He had all the time in the world with that being a high stick, but with that secondary shot deflected high into the netting, we'll have a face-off. So good pushback.
Absolutely.
Great pushback.
Really good intensity by the Avalanche there, charging the net. And they're getting a bit more, they're really trying to push their weight around as well. But
just
so
look
far
at
the
that
Ducks able
replay
to
there,
close it
Carl,
off.
just before that pass. Anderson was inches or centimeters away from putting that in the net. There we go. So here's Riley now. Nice stick by McMahon. Finds Ruddle, who looks for Burke. And here we go, Burke. He's one-on-one with Hazel. Tries to take him wide. Trips back and just gets hit down. Separated there by Hazel. So great job by Hazel, who was wrong-footed for a second, but got the right way around to prevent Burke from the scoring opportunity. And here's the Avalanche through Benson. Benson, winds, shot. Saved by Davis.
Again, McMahon cutting off that option down the middle, just depriving the Avalanche of the opportunity to pass across. So Davis in the end, only having to worry about the one puck carrier. It's a classic play there. Really good defence, because the Avalanche were coming with a 3-on-1 essentially, with Leo back checking as quickly as he could, but McMahon's defensive brain there, just cutting in and just removing that option and giving Dane Davis in the end a relatively simple save.
Yeah, we've been treated to a game with the same pace as yesterday, and it's just an absolute quacker. So here's
we're going to use that eventually.
So here we are, the Ducks battling hard in the corner with the Avalanche. Here's Malley, and Dawes gets it out to Cutter, and that'll squirt out, but only as far as Bortignon. So Bortignon for the Avalanche, DDD to his partner in Sack. Sack now has a look, looks for Chen, who's just separated from the puck there by Carpenter. Puck goes deep into the Duck zone, and here's Bennett, looks in front. Here's Dawes. Dawes now looking for Cutter, intercepted there by Steele. But the big man able to battle hard, collect that, and get that out of the zone, but only as far as Bortignon. So here's Bortignon for the Avalanche, through to Steele. Steele, hit there by Bennett to separate from the puck, because that could have been a dangerous scoring opportunity with Chen squirting down in the wild. There we go. So we're seeing that physicality from both teams starting to amp up. I guess playing back-to-back, you start to get a little bit of knowing who likes to lay the body, and maybe there's a couple extra hits that they're bringing in from yesterday. Ain't that right, Carl?
It's a good play there from Chen too. He's only 18, so he's really mixing it with the big boys and doing really well.
Dixon not able to keep the puck in, and Levesque looking for Malley, but Anderson for the Ducks collects. He'll just bring that into his own zone, waiting for his team to change. Looks over for Leo, and Leo will circle as well. Sends that over to Stringer, who's been having a great game here for the Ducks early. He finds Tashuma. Tashuma in on the zone, takes it wide, looks for Anderson. Anderson with a shot, but a nice save there by the netminder Trinka. Dixon battles hard there with Hamburg, still with the puck, but comes out for Malley. Malley looks for Levesque, just on the backhand there, and he'll send that back to Sack for his own zone to regroup. So Sack for the Avalanche now, looks for Corsons, finds Levesque. Levesque into the offensive zone, winds, shot, gloved by Davis.
Routine save there. Of course, he makes them look easy, but it was a reasonably well covered. Stringer had him well covered, and there wasn't much in an option. Stringer at the moment really impressing with his defence. He's done a really good job, and you could see him just lining up and trying to hit in the neutral zone, but not overcommitting. Some of the Avalanche guys just a little bit keen to get those early checks in the mid-ice. You've got to be careful with that, because you can get caught and the guys get behind you, and we've seen the Ducks do that a few times to them. So
when you got a goalie like Dane Davis, all you got to do is push him out wide and let him see the puck, and if he sees it, he's stopping it, right?
Yep.
And I think the Ducks are doing a good job of just forcing them here either outside and allowing Dane to use that great glove. Trinka comes out to play the puck and patiently waits and leaves that there for Siemens. Siemens looks for McDougall, but that'll go down the length of the ice, and we will have an icing.
Call on that one, so it's a face-off for the Ducks down the far end. Shots on net at the moment so far, 19-14. There's been some good blocking. There's a couple of Ducks who'll have some bruises on them from some pucks hitting pretty hard. But every time you can stop the puck going towards the goal, of course, that's a good thing. And at the moment, the flow very much in the favour of the Ducks. This is, I think the Avalanche came out pretty hard, but the Ducks were ready for it this time.
Yeah, I think both teams are throwing pucks on net with 2 minutes left in this first period. Shots are already 19-14, which means that the netminders have definitely had their work cut out for them so far. So here's McMahon now, looks for Burke, and Burke collects it, and he's in on a breakaway. Burke with Vrelek, Burke shot! Oh, what a save by Trinka! Oh, stops Jamie Burke on a 2-on-0, and here come the Avalanche the other way with Riley. Shot, saved by Davis. So here comes Burke now. We're going run and gun hockey. It's going one way, it's going the other way, and here's Vrelek. Burke looking over Cutter, and that just comes offside.
So it's unusual that you normally
take a look at this replay. Jamie Burke tries to open the pillows. He does, and he has the 5-hole, but just hits that off the trailing pad, and it just squirts past the net. Jamie Burke will wish he had that one back.
He would, but you'd normally bet on him in that situation, but great goalkeeping there for Trinka.
Yeah, but you know what? Great job by Burke on the half wall there, just to turn and allow him to get that space for that break, and we hope to see more of that if you're a Ducks fan.
And we've got just over a minute left to go.
Here we go. So here's Dawes curling, looking back for Webster. Dawes now, nice poke check there by Trinka. Trinka's having a great game so far here early, but here's Dawes, shot, save again by Trinka. Avalanche get it far, but only as far as Stringer. Here comes Corson, kicks it up. He's one-on-one on Leo. Corson's with Leo, shot, blocker save by Davis. So here comes Webster. He has a peek. He was looking for Dawes, and that was deflected there by Sack deep into the zone.
Dawes has been on for a while. He'll be looking for a change.
Portignon finds Sack, who looks up for Levesque, and here comes the Ducks through Dawes. Dawes using some pace, drops there for Carpenter, looking again for Dawes on net, and Trinka will cover that up and allow both teams to change.
So 36 seconds to go in the first period. It's been frenetic so far. 19 to 15 shots on. That's an incredibly high shot count for this stage of the game. 2 penalties so far to the Avalanche, none to the Ducks.
Yeah, it's taken an absolute beauty of a one-timer there on the power play to beat Trinka, and otherwise he's been great. So here come the Ducks, battling hard in the corner. 30 seconds left. Let's see if we can have anything before the end of this period. So here's Riley now. He's got McDougall. Riley in on McMahon. Tries to separate. McMahon knocks him down. Carpenter now battling with McDougall. Back there for Benson. Benson behind the net. Looks for McDougall. McDougall in the corner. Takes a shot on. Blocker save there by Davis, and the rebound collected by Ruddle. Will chip that down the length of the ice with 9 seconds remaining.
5 seconds to go. That'll be the last play of this particular period.
The puck just died there next to the net, and that'll end the period for sure.
And the end of the first. The pretty amazing period there. 23 shots on the net to the Ducks to 16 from the Avalanche. A very different period to the first period of the game yesterday. Yesterday's game, the Avalanche were swamping the Ducks with speed, but the Ducks have come out today ready for it. And certainly the physicality there. There's been a lot of decent hits. Big boys from both sides taking it on. But Siemens has done well for the Avalanche, and Levesque always dangerous, but we've really got to keep an eye out for Daniel Chen as well. He's been threatening on a few occasions. Anton, your thoughts? Yeah,
early in this game, I think you mentioned it, great forecheck. Matthias Trinka, first game in the PHL, he's standing on his head. 22 saves already, and none more important than that save on that Jamie Burke breakaway there, just which would have put that 2-0. So teams will go into the dressing room. The Ducks are going to want to keep this pressure going, and the Avalanche will just keep hoping that they can get a break and squirt one by. We'll see you guys soon.
The second period will be a little bit quicker because the warm-up, they use the ice, but so what happens with the warm-up is the ice is a little bit worn before the start of the period, but coming up for the second period, it'll be fresh ice. It'll be a little bit quicker, which might play into the hands of the Ducks. We're going to have an interview now in just a few moments. Yeah, we're going to be looking at today. One of our Ducks players will have Hector Vrelek being interviewed here by Ross Fisher. And Hector, he's been having a hell of a game, right? 2 games into this series so far. He's our goal scorer so far on the power play with that absolute snipe, top shelf. So he's now up to 3 points with a goal yesterday, as well as an assist, and he'll be hoping to continue that play into the rest of the series and honestly the rest of the league. He will absolutely. His face-offs have been fairly important. They were much improved over yesterday, where McDougall was beating him in just about every face-off early on. But Hector now with a lot more authority over that face-off. I think it's been a lot more even. Beautiful. So we're going to cut over to Ross now, who will be interviewing the Duck centerman there, Hector Vrelek.
Thanks, boys. Well, Hector, it looked like the pace was pretty hot like it was yesterday's game. How does it feel out there?
Oh, it's feeling great. I mean, the boys knew it anyway that Adelaide's going to come hard, and that's right. We got the game last night. It finished well, good for us, but yeah, we were well aware that that's going to start like that. So yeah.
So nice little goal there again, doubling up from yesterday. A nice goal on the power play. So special teams seem to be working really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been training that at trainings every week, so it's working really well at the moment, and hopefully it keeps going.
Thanks, Hector.
Thanks.
Wonderful. So that's Hector Vrilnek, as Ross said, our goal scorer so far in a 1-0 game here at Ice HQ between the Melbourne Ducks and the Adelaide Avalanche.
So we'll have a break now. We're back with you guys very, very shortly for the second period.
Hockey is made of many things. Of early morning practices and cold rinks. Sticks and skates. Fresh sheets of ice and scuffed boards. Of grit and guts. Passion and power. Performance and precision. It's made of crushing physicality and split-second agility. Of generation after generation of lacing up, raising the cup, and not once giving up. We've always been, and always will be, true to this game. And this game doesn't demand much, just everything you've got. CCM. Hockey is made of many things. Of early morning practices and cold rinks. Sticks and skates, fresh sheets of ice and scuffed boards. Of grit and guts, passion and power, performance and precision. It's made of crushing physicality and split-second agility. Of generation after generation of lacing up, raising the cup, and not once giving up. We've always been and always will be true to this game. And this game doesn't demand much, just everything you've got. CCM.
We've got our duck scramble auto guy. So today we'll have 3 ducklings. We've got Tom, Will, Flynn, who play for the under 11 SHQ Ducks. And they'll be racing around the ring in their shoes for a chance to win a Ducks merch pack. But the number one thing that they're all looking forward to winning the most is bragging rights. So guys, rules are you have to go all the way around circles. First one back here wins. Apart from that, there's no other rules. Okay? So let's have fun. On 3, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go!
Welcome back to Ice HQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, for Game 2 of the Pacific Ice Hockey League between the Melbourne Ducks and the Adelaide Avalanche. The first period was an absolute cracker, and we are seeing a scoreline at the moment. The Ducks 1 to Avalanche 0. Shots on the net so far, 23-17 in favour of the Ducks, and the physicality of yesterday's game possibly playing a little bit of a part. The sting taken a little bit out of the Avalanche, but they are absolutely coming in waves through the second part of that first period. My name's Carl Brewer, joined again by Anton Goss for the second period of this game. Gossy, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, great pace to that first period, and a lot of rubber thrown at those goaltenders. I mean, Dane Davis now playing his second game in 2 nights. He's seen 61 shots. Yep. So he's made a lot of saves. He's already up to 57 saves so far. So the Avalanche will do well in continuing to throw pucks on him and seeing if they can potentially tire him out. But I'll tell you what, he plays a hell of a positional game. He does. Uses big body, and the Ducks are doing a really good job of really allowing for some low danger shots. Right? We talked about it during the first period, where the Ducks are able to push the Avalanche to the outside, and they don't mind if Riley, if Best, if McDougall, if any of these guys take a shot from the boards. They know their goalie, if he can see it, he'll stop it.
They've been doing a good job. There's been a couple of odd player rushes, and the Ducks defence have been cutting off those cross ice passes. We saw one really good opportunity from Jamie Burke in that first period, which uncharacteristically he didn't manage to stick in the net. You'd be a little bit surprised, because normally you'd bet him for that one, but the young goalie from the Avalanche managed to just close his 5-hole in time. That was Matthias Tinker, and he did a great job so far, but I reckon he's got some bruises on his hand. He had to catch a couple of pretty decent slappies that came in on a couple of the power plays that the Ducks have had so far.
That's for sure. We're seeing a really physical game, right? Both teams are laying the body, and what we're seeing is that that really clogs up a lot of the neutral zone. But once we start to get some of those opportunities, and often it comes off the rush with a shot that goes wide and rims around the boards, we all of a sudden start to get that back and forth play. And what we start to see is we see one way, other way. I mean, I don't know how these guys are keeping up. I can barely keep up with having to go back and forth.
So in the last 5 minutes of that first period, we saw a lot of that to and fro, where there was quick breaks and shots, and then, as you say, straight back down the other end. So some frantic activity. Both teams will be, this is their second game too in 2 days. So a lot of fatigue starting to build up in those legs. Can the younger Avalanche team, they've got an average age of about 24 in the Avalanche, whereas the Ducks are an average age of about 28. That might make a bit of a difference in the third period. These guys will have played 6 periods of hockey in 2 days. We'll see how that works. We're just about to get the drop of the puck and get underway now for the second period.
So we're starting the second period just the way we started the first. We've got Webster up against McDougall, flanked by Riley and Benson. And for the Ducks, they've got Dawes and Cutter for that regular forward line, with Carpenter and McMahon there in the back. So Carpenter now with the puck for the Ducks. Backhands it up to Dawes. Dawes now takes it into the zone, curls it in for Cutter. Cutter drops it to Webster on the backhand shot. Saved there by Trinka. Webster collects it in the corner, looking for Dawes, but Hazel does a great job to block that pass. Pinch from Carpenter, finds it deep in front for Webster. What a save by Trinka. So just like the first, Trinka with another save and a beauty. Hayden Dawes looking skyward. He has no idea how Matthias Trinka made that save.
And that all came from that face-off win right from the very start. So the Ducks straight away. You can see a lot of people suspect that the win of the face-off perhaps not so important, but at this level of hockey, if you win that, get that possession straight away, you get controlled entry into the zone, bang, in you go.
Take a look at this replay. Absolute beauty by Trinka, who just closed his legs and brought it in. So very athletic goaltender, 18 years of age. He's going to have a bright future in this league, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've seen 41 saves so far in this game.
So here we are now. We've got the Avalanche with the puck coming out through Bortignon. Bortignon into the neutral zone. He was looking for Malley, but that goes wide, allowing Carpenter to collect it. Carpenter sends it up to Cutter, but Sack gets it and sends it over to Steele. So Steele for the Avalanche, sends it over for Chen. Chen now wide, takes the shot, and that goes high and wide and rims around and out. So here come the Ducks now through Webster. Just misses it off his stick, allowing Steele to collect it. But a great hit by Burke. Here's Dawes now. Dawes with a shot. Blocker save. Burke in front. But a great job there by Sack to send that down the rest of the way.
Dawes has been on for a long time now. He's looking for a change.
So another great shot there by Dawes, and another brilliant save by Trinka, and Jamie Burke was just not able there to pot in the rebound. But here he is now. Jamie Burke over the blue line, one-on-one there with Sack. He's got Verlin, crashed in the net, shot, goes wide. Here's Bennett on the point, sends that deep there for Burke. Burke now in the corner, chips it over to Ruddle. Ruddle back down to Burke. Burke looking to recycle it, but brings it up the wall himself. He'll then throw that on net. Hole and nearly handcuffs Trinka, who made a great blocker save. I think he was shocked that that even came through. Deflection, and that just goes wide by Vrolnik. Vrolnik now circling. He's got Bennett on the point, but he'll take that into the slot himself. He'll now find Bennett. Will wind up with a shot, but a kick there by Korstens allows the Avalanche to come out. He sends that down for Vrolnik, but coming out for... no, that was just called for an icing. But because Dane Davis came to play that puck, just called a little early, and they'll have that face-off at center ice as a result.
So a very dominant first little bit of a stanza there by the Ducks all over the Avalanche at this point. That line with Dawes on has just been smashing people to pieces.
Yeah, Dawes has been having a great series so far in these two games. So there's Gallagher, who just chops it out of the air, but Siemens collects for the Avalanche. Benson does a great job getting past Leo, but Leo's defense partner there in McMahon able to collect behind his own net. He curls into the corner. Still with the puck there is McMahon. Sends it up the half wall, intercepted there by the Avalanche. The Avalanche now take that puck behind the net. Matty Anderson coming in to battle hard. Just chips that, looking for Gallagher, and Leo supports. Anderson now with the puck off the glass, out to the point. But Gallagher was in a battle there with Siemens, allowing Best to come out and collect the puck for the Avalanche. Riley now, you know he likes to wind up and collect speed. He'll circle in his own zone, has a peek. Doesn't see anything, so he'll curl back again himself. Riley now looks over, finds Hamburg or Hazel. Hazel now for the Avalanche, over with a shot along the ice, saved there by Davis, and the puck squirts out down the ice into the defensive zone for the Avalanche for Siemens to collect.
Ducks getting a quick change, leaving themselves a little bit open on the right.
And here's Riley now, deep in the corner, throws the puck in net, and just gobbled up there by Dane Davis.
McMahon there again pushing the attack out wide. Davis with a relatively routine save, but even routine saves, they do add up. He's now had to do 19 of them. Trinka so far with 29, so both goalies have been incredibly busy. They're starting to get tired.
Dane Davis does that better than absolutely anyone. The puck just comes in, and he's just able to bring the glove and blocker in and just gobble up that puck. No rebound, it just absorbs into him, for lack of a better example, right? So here the Avalanche sending the puck deep into the Duck zone. Carpenter battling there with two Ducks, with two Avalanche, Malley and Steele. Chen comes in to support and squirts that down to Steele. Now Steele with the puck for the Avalanche. Battling there with Webster. And the puck's still battling hard there in the corner. So we've got 6 players there, and the puck squirts out now for Bennett. He's got Cutter, and he'll find him. Cutter with the one-touch pass over to Dawes. Dawes now brings that over the blue line. Cuts back, just misses the hit from Malley, and allows Cutter to collect behind the net. So Cutter all alone against 2 Avalanche. Still with the puck, Cutter hits Steele there, forcing him to separate the puck. Comes back here to Carpenter. Carpenter sends the puck deep for Dawes, but sent up the wall there by the Avalanche. Malley now over to Bortignon. Bortignon over to Chen. Chen here, one-on-one on Bennett with a shot. Glove save there by Davis.
So Chen's still lurking out the back, just floating around the top of the blue line, and he's really looking for that stretch pass every opportunity he gets to whenever he's on the ice. The Ducks defence at the moment doing a good job of keeping an eye on him, but he is that sort of circling menace, very much like Jamie Burke, where he kind of circles around looking for that stretch pass as well.
So here's Vrolnik up against Korstens with a face-off. Vrolnik with the win. Leo will take that behind his own net. He's got Ruddle on the wall. That just squirts past both Ruddle and Siemens, and will go down the length of the ice for an icing.
We'll bring that one all the way back to a defensive zone face-off for the Ducks. We've seen a little bit of sustained pressure now from Avalanche in the last minute or so of this game, but it has mostly this period been Ducks from the initial face-off. Just the physicality and the power and the strength of what they're doing is overwhelming the Avalanche at the moment. Let's see if they can lift it. Steele is a key player for the Avalanche. He's been throwing his body around and doing a good job.
So the energy is definitely up there in the scoring opportunities as well, right? 29 shots to 20. But we haven't seen the same goals popping in as we did yesterday.
Yep, not yet. The goalies are going to get tired.
So here's Vrolnik with a face-off win into the corner. Here's Leo. Leo now being battled hard with the puck, and that squirts out for Burke to collect against Hazel. Burke with a little chip into the skates. Hazel sent in front for Bortignon, but that goes wide. Levesque there now with a big hit on Leo. And the Avalanche players are bumping on that bench. But here's Burke. There's 3 Ducks. Burke looking for Ruddle, intercepted there by the Avalanche. But there's Vrolnik now collecting, puck hard on the puck. Vrolnik circling to his backhand, chipped there out by Corsons to Levesque. Back to Corsons with a poke check there by McMahon. And Vrolnik now collects it in the corner and sends out for Ruddle. Ruddle now has a peek, looks for Burke, and Burke chips that back to Stringer, who'll just send that down and allow his team to change.
Bucks finishing off that change now. Trevor Lau was a little bit rattled by that check.
Yeah, big hit there on the corner, and the Adelaide bench loved it. They all stood up and were cheering. But here's Riley now, hoping to give them something more to cheer about, but isn't able to find the puck deep. So here's Anderson, who gets nice back check by Benson, but the Ducks still with it through Tashuma. Tashuma here on the half wall sends the puck deep for Anderson to give chase, but goes only as far as Sack. Sack for the Avalanche now, finding his D partner in Hazel, looking for the stretch pass, but a great job there by Tashuma to use his stick to intercept. Riley now using his great skating prowess to make some space for himself, finds Sack. Sack just sidesteps Anderson and sends the puck over to the other side, but only as far as Carpenter. Carpenter was looking for Tashuma, off the stick there, and the defender, and Trinka goes for the stretch pass to McDougall. McDougall looking for Benson, sends it in on Davis, who has seen enough. He'll have a change.
Yep, slow it down.
And take a face-off, because his team's being so strong on the face-off, especially in his own defensive zone there.
Yeah,
there's that hit again by Leo. So Levesque on Leo. You see, just hits him and throws him into the board. So a big hit. A couple of the Ducks players were calling for a boarding penalty, but got shoulder contact and definitely clean in the eyes of the referee.
There's that danger zone whenever you're within sort of half a metre to 2 metres away from the boards. You've got to be really careful with it. They just got a little bit caught there.
Yeah, so here's Siemens finding Malley, but a great job there by Cutter to separate. So Webster looking for Cutter, and that goes down, but we won't have an icing. So that forces Trinket to come out and rim that off the wall as far as Chen. But Chen not able to corral it, so the Ducks now through Webster will collect it in his own zone, looking for Dawes, kicked in right onto Trinka, who again send the puck for Malley there on the half wall. Great pinch there by Bennett, who now collects the puck. He finds Webster, who walks around Malley, sends it in front, but a great stick there by Trinka to negate that pass into Dawes, because that would have been a beautiful one-touch into the gaping net. So we're seeing Trinka, active stick. He's continuing that great play so far, but here's Vrolnik. Vrolnik, Burke, Vrolnik. Oh, Trinka, what a save! My Lord! Trinka standing on his head, but the Ducks still have it. Here's Vrolnik, twisting and turning, comes out, walks in front, pass over, off the skate of Siemens. Vrolnik again with it. You've got McMahon calling for it on the point. He gets it now. Has a look and tries to find that seeing eye shot, but Burke deflects that into the corner. Great pinch there by Trinka. Ruddle sends that deep, and Burke will chase there with Corsons, who will regroup over to Hazel. But Carpenter's there, pinching, so great offensive pressure here by the Ducks. They're doing everything but scoring so far, and because they have this pass by that Trinka. But the Avalanche finally get out through Steele. Here's Steele using his body. Chen knocks down the Ducks, and that'll be an interference penalty to Daniel Chen.
First power play to the Avalanche of the game. First penalty, of course, for the Ducks.
No, that penalty to Daniel Chen. So the Ducks will be going back on the power play. But look at this. So the pass comes through, and Trinka just used his stick. Otherwise, they had both Dawes, and here's the other one. There's too many stat packs on that. Look at that glove on Vrolnik.
We were told early on that this young goalkeeper would be a bit of a highlight reel player, and he certainly is.
That glove, Trinka. Oh man, I have nothing else to say. That was brilliant. Awesome
play now for the Ducks, and they've been pretty dominant with that so far.
Yeah, they deserve that power play too. It was all Ducks for a number of minutes there, and if it weren't for the young netminder there, the Avalanche, it would definitely be 2 goals now. So back to the special teams, as you mentioned, through Dawes, circling, fakes the shot, looks for Webster. Webster shot, kick save there by Trinka, puck's loose, gets deep, gets as far as Carpenter. So Carpenter here for the Ducks on the point, sends it down for Cutter, but Webster will collect behind the net. He's looking for the slot, deflected off the stick of McDougall, and McDougall now will be able to chip that all the way down the ice and allow a little bit of respite for the Avalanche here on the penalty kill.
Looks like the Avalanche not going for a change there. They're staying with this line.
Yeah, they got some great skaters out there with McDougall and Riley, so they will be dangerous. But you know the Ducks so far on the special teams have been near unstoppable here in the 2-game series. So here's McMahon with a stretch pass for Dawes. Nice job to collect it in on the skates. Dawes over the blue line now, takes it wide, just sends it around for Carpenter to collect here on the near wall of the broadcast booth. Far side if you're watching at home. So Carpenter walking the line, takes a peek, finds it over to Webster. Webster now looking. He's got Dawes, but he'll take a shot. Blocked there by Riley. Riley skating there with Carpenter. You know he's got speed, but Carpenter does a great job there just to keep Riley wide and not allow him to cut in.
It's been a good aggressive forecheck by the Avalanche this time around.
So here now the Ducks through Burke. He's all alone, so he'll wait, wind up, shoot right into the glove of Trinka.
Probably not a bad idea at the moment to force Trinka to make the catch. That way they get a nice entry in and they get the face off. The Avalanche now get a change. Some of those boys will be feeling it, but be pretty happy to have McDougall off the ice for the last part of this penalty kill.
I will tell you what, Carl, as great as Friedrich was yesterday, this young netminder for the Adelaide Avalanche is giving his team a chance to win. Remember that last 3-minute play if they're able to tie this game up.
Yep, it's an outstanding effort.
So here's Stringer over to Burke, shot, and another save by Trinka, who just comes out and covers the puck with Bennett there on the doorstep.
He is a highlight reel, this goalkeeper, that's for sure. Very, very impressive indeed. So many shots on so far, up to 36. And a lot of them, none of them have been soft shots either. They've all been great scoring opportunities.
And we're not even halfway through the second period. So it's been all Ducks, but all Trinka. So here's Stringer now on the point. He's got Burke winding up for the slapper, but he'll send that deep to Vrelnik. Vrelnik now on the half wall, taking a peek, and Burke wants it. He's slapping his stick, but that's going to be a shot by Stringer. Saved by Trinka, and Burke not able to collect it. So here comes Corson. He's one-on-one on Stringer. Stringer with the long reach, able to use his stick to separate the puck as Corson's tried to walk through him. They'll send it deep down now and negate and kill off a few more seconds of that penalty. And now we're back to 5-on-5.
Back on the ice.
So here's Ruddle taking it wide, deep into the corner for the Ducks. He's battling there with Siemens, and Ruddle gets it as far to the point as Bennett. Bennett now battling, gets hit hard by Hanberg, and the puck squirts out for McMahon. McMahon sends it over to Burke, who collects it. Burke now using a move, sends it through to Ruddle. Burke hit, and he's injured. Burke's down, clutching his knee. This does not look good for the Melbourne Ducks. We've got Jamie Burke.
Michael McMahon very upset with that as well, and understandably too. A bit of a scuffle between him and Ben Hanberg with that hit on Jamie Burke. Jamie's pretty injured there. It looks like he's hurt his knee.
This is not good. Not a good sight.
It was a bad hit. It's certainly down low on his knee. It's very unfortunate.
So let's take a look at this here on the replay. So Burke does a great job just to get past, and gets I guess the hit there. That's Hamburg, who just gets the hit right on the knee of Jamie Burke, and Liam Webster's come over here just asking for a stretcher. This is a shame for Jamie Burke, who's been having an otherwise amazing game.
So we might cut to a break for a few minutes just while this gets sorted out. And we'll be back with you just as soon as we can. We will, of course, hope that Jamie's okay. Welcome back to ISHQ, where Jamie Burke unfortunately off with a knee injury, and we've got a penalty on Michael McMahon for a bit of a scuffle afterwards, and also Hamburg.
Yeah, I think that was a little unfortunate hit there onto the knee of Burke, and McMahon showing his leadership, taking things into his own hands, and just decided to go straight after the Hamburg there, and they'll both get coincidentals there for roughing.
Yep. So yeah, it's a very unfortunate. Jamie, a great champion of the game, and had to be carried off the rink with a pretty nasty-looking knee injury. We of course hope he's all right.
Yeah,
They'll have to reshuffle the lines a little bit now. He's one of the main strikers in that first line for the Ducks, so they'll need to reorganise at the moment. They've got a little bit of a timeout while that all gets a few discussions with the referees.
Yeah, I think Webster and McDougall just trying to figure out exactly what the penalty situation is going to be on. I would imagine the Ducks would be wanting an initial 2 for the for that hit on Burke. I'm not sure if they'll get it. And then McDougall will just obviously be chatting a little bit about the how quickly McMahon was able to get down there on Hamburg, and we'll be back with a call really shortly, and we'll definitely be getting back on that.
Michael certainly wasn't very happy, and understandably so.
Yeah. It's a tough game here on ice, right? It's very quick. Things happen in the split of a second, and Jamie, as he often does, just tried to twist around Hamburg there, and unfortunately was clipped, and he instantly grabbed himself on the knee there, and he will not be taking place anymore in this game, I would imagine.
No, definitely not. Not with that. If that's a knee ligament or something else along those lines. And having had a knee reconstruction myself, I can tell you it's not a very nice thing. Hopefully it's not that bad. Hopefully it's just a sprain. But
yeah, and I mean, it's unfortunate because he was starting to buzz out there, finding a lot of the puck, and the Ducks had amazing momentum. And often a little bit of a pause in play such as this can take it out of the legs of the team. So it'll be interesting to see how the Ducks come out of this to support their injured player.
And we're still waiting to see exactly what's happening with the penalty situation. We're not quite sure yet.
Realize what it is to play mental PHL. Hey, next time, I don't fucking hold back. I just fucking start throwing. Doesn't matter. This is big boy hockey. There's fucking consequences. You've been throwing big hits all night. That happens. You'd be ready to fucking defend.
So a little bit of vim and vigour in this game now. I suspect that things are going to get a little bit heated over the next 10 minutes or so. We've got how much time left in this period? I think we've got 10 minutes to play in this second period, and it's going to get willing. There's some very upset boys on the Duck side. They didn't like to see that. Definitely unhappy with the hit.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously not a great hit to see, but let's not take away from the physical nature of both teams. They've been laying the body and often clean hits, right? But as you said, I would imagine there's going to be a little bit more fire in it. But the Avalanche, they've got to find an answer going the other way, because if it weren't for their young goaltender in Trinka, this game would be 3, 4, 5, maybe nothing.
He has pulled some absolute magic saves out of the hat. And he's showing us some incredible display of goaling, and that's basically just sustained pressure from the Ducks lines that have just been hammering that net as hard as they can, and just following through. There's been sustained pressure after sustained pressure and sustained pressure, and the Avalanche unable to clear the puck. So we're coming on now. Looks like 4-on-4.
Yeah, with coincidentals going to McMahon and Hamburg. I'll tell you what, I would not want to be Hamburg getting out after 2 minutes, because there are a lot of words. There were a lot of words that were said by some of those Ducks players during that break.
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit lively, I suspect.
Here we are. So Cutter with the face-off, and he wins that back to Webster. Webster finds Carpenter there for the Ducks. He takes a shot on and deflects off the leg of Hazel into the corner. Dawes lays the body there on Hazel. The first hit after that break.
And you can see Dawes has got fire in his eyes. He's pretty cranky.
Yeah, so there's McDougall now. Shot blocked off the leg of Carpenter. And that goes wide into the corner. Dawes now, or Webster now. And he'll be going to the box for 2 minutes for interference, just on Benson there in the corner, and he can't believe it.
We're going to get a crowded penalty box here. I think some unhappy boys with some fairly riled up. And 2 minutes for interference.
Yeah. So plenty of space on the ice now. I'd like you got to keep an eye on here, number 16 for the Avalanche and Riley. He's got the jets. He'll be quick and he'll love that extra little bit of space. And when there's not a lot of players on the ice, you want your biggest guys out there, and you got the long reach of Dawes out there with Carpenter, and the long reach there of Stringer as well for the Ducks. So 4-on-3 power play here for the Avalanche. Riley on the point, finds Benson. Benson here finds Riley, back to Benson. Benson now walks the line, winds up, shot, blocker save there by Davis. So here's McDougall now. McDougall finds the puck there with Riley. Here's Dawes, and Dawes touches up, and we'll have another penalty there for a slash on Dawes. So it's a little bit of a march here to the penalty box for the Ducks after their assistant captain and leader there in Burke was taken off with an injury. So we'll have an extended power play here.
So while Jamie Burke not the captain, he's on the captain. He's certainly one of the, I guess, the father figure of this team, and his loss felt very badly by the Ducks, and as a result, very unhappy boys.
Yeah, I can tell you, being here next to the penalty box with Big Hayden Dawes and Michael McMahon reminds you how small we are.
Yep. Well, they're wearing skates too.
Yeah. So here we are. Great opportunity for the Avalanche to get back in this game. It's been all Ducks so far, and they've been held in this game by Trinka. So if you remember a few minutes ago, I said, remember those saves.
They're going to be critical.
This is going to be critical. We'll see if Dane Davis can do the same and be able to bail out his team here on the penalty kill.
We have more referee discussion going on with the scorers, trying to work out exactly how this is going to pan out, who's got what.
Yeah.
There's still some discussions about the particular rules here and how it's going to work with who comes out with the. I'm not going to pretend to know the rules well enough to be able to tell you how that's going to work.
Yeah, so I think right now the Ducks, while I understand a lot of fire in your heart seeing one of your leaders being injured there on the ice, but they got to find their composure and continue to do what they've been doing well to get this lead in this game.
Well, that's right. It's all about composure when you get upset. You've got to keep your head screwed on. And if you're just going for hits all the time, sooner or later someone's going to get around you, and then you get those odd player rushes and the opportunities for goals. We're about to get underway now. 3-on-4.
They've got 2 minutes here that very well could decide, the result in this game. So here's Riley here for the Avalanche. Checked well there by Carpenter. Riley, back pass there to Benson. Benson back to Riley. Riley in shot. Save by Davis. Rebound. Another save by Davis, and Riley collects it behind the net. Riley sends it over to Sack. Sack for the Avalanche. Back off the boards for Riley, but a nice job there by Ruddle to collect the puck and send that down the length of the ice and kill some time on this penalty.
Buck's not going for a change. They're keeping the same line on.
So here's Benson now for the Avalanche. Coming in through center. Plenty of space. Just loses it off his stick, but collects it again. Benson going wide. Circles. Finds Riley there on the point. Riley holding it. Walking in. Shot. Save there by Davis in the glove. So a great save there by Davis, and kills another few seconds there off this power play for the Avalanche.
Now we know that the Ducks special teams have been working particularly well over the last game. This will be an interesting one with that 3-on-4 situation. It's a very different game. There's a lot more space, but a good structured defense can hold it out.
Yeah, so here's Siemens now for the Avalanche, walking the line, has a peek, sends it down into the half wall for his teammate to collect. Battled there hard by the Ducks. Battling still, puck loose, and out comes Siemens. So Siemens with it now, walking into the slot. Back there for Chen, over to things. Shot, scores! Adelaide Avalanche get the power play goal to tie the hockey game at 1. And that was Karstens, number 12.
The Adelaide bench, of course, very excited about that, and the Ducks understandably furious. So the next 5 minutes, I suspect, how much time? We've got about 8 minutes left to go in this period. It's going to be pretty lively, but the Ducks need to keep their heads screwed on. They are understandably upset, but they need to play disciplined hockey. They're still, I think, they've got 4 on now, so it's 4-on-5. So it's still a penalty. That's another opportunity for the Avalanche. And as you were saying, it's Trinka's
4-on-4.
4-on-4 we've got.
Yeah, so it was the power play.
Yep.
And then the one guy comes out.
Still some confusion as to who's going on with what, and the referees getting asked a few questions there by Joey from the Avalanche, Joe McDougall.
So Joey McDougall just chatting with the referee here, just trying to decide what's going on. Obviously with the coincidental minors making it 4-on-4, and then the 2 penalties there by the Ducks. They're just trying to figure out exactly what it should be, as only 1 power play should go out, but they would still have a penalty to be on the power play.
The other interesting thing too is the penalty for the Avalanche was actually given to Trinker for abuse of an official for 2 minutes. It wasn't given to was it Siemens who carried out the hit? Hamburg. Wasn't given to Hamburg. It was given to Trinker for unsportsmanlike abuse of official. Still more discussion going on.
So here with halfway through the second period, shots are 38-24 for the Ducks. But that was all pressure done prior to that Jamie Burke injury, and since then a little bit of penalty trouble, allowing the Avalanche back into this game, and the Ducks are going to have to work hard to find a solution to get past this goaltender in Trinka, who's been lights out so far.
They're away again.
So here's Webster battling hard there with Sack. Webster on the half wall, back to McDougall. Shot into the bread basket there of Dane Davis.
Dane Davis, they're going to need all of his maturity and skill in goal to keep the Avalanche out now. Who've definitely got a bit of a slide going. They're doing well.
So for those of you at home, game is 1-1 tie between the Melbourne Ducks and Adelaide Avalanche. Here on the power play, a 4-on-3 for Adelaide here late in the second period. So Trinka comes out, forecheck well there by Verleck. Oh, tried to circle around, but a great defensive play there by the Avalanche to prevent that wraparound. A great forecheck there by Hector. So Verleck now continuing his forecheck, now with the puck, collects it, circles, kills off some more valuable time here on this penalty kill, but out come the Avalanche through Benson. Benson finds Hamburg, and Hamburg deep into the corner. Collected from Stringer, who'll send that down the length of the ice and kill some more valuable time on this power play. So Trinka out, sends it up to Riley. Riley now for the Avalanche. Looking forward, finds Benson. Benson over the blue line, sends it back to Riley, who finds Sack. Sack now, tried to look, but nice interception there by Ruddle, who'll send it down the rest of the ice. And there's that support by Dawes. He's loving this penalty kill by his teammates. And I know
about 1 minute to go on the 5-on-4 for the Ducks.
There we are. So here come the Avalanche now. A little bit less space, but the traditional 5-on-4, which they'd be much more familiar with. So here's Corson's the goal scorer, takes that wide, able to send that up on the half wall, but a hit laid there by Ruddle, allowing the Ducks to collect it and send that down and out of the zone. And we'll have a face-off there in the offensive zone to the left of Dane Davis.
This is all running down the penalty on Dawes. He'll be out fairly soon. And his penalty was for slashing.
Yep, 33 seconds left on the power play here for the Avalanche. And the shots are 39-24 here with 6 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second period. So the puck squirts out and Cutter will give chase, but Bortignon will get there first for the Avalanche. He'll circle in his own zone, skate out, and get into the zone and dump that down. Davis will come out, just not able to get there first, but Stringer will collect it.
Got another penalty there.
And with the puck coming down, we'll have a 2-minute penalty for Cutter for a slash. And that one maybe a little bit more obvious as Levesque's stick went flying there in the neutral zone. And the parade to the penalty box continues.
Some emotions very much running high in the Ducks at the moment. I can't help but feel this is going to explode fairly soon. I hope they manage to keep the hockey going.
I think Pavingman will just be hoping to get to the end of this period, get his guys back into the dressing room and collect them, because as you said, since that hit on Jamie Burke, it's been nothing but penalties for the Ducks, and they've allowed this Avalanche team back into this game because the momentum was all Ducks prior to that hit.
Certainly was.
So here we are, 5-on-3 for the Avalanche. Benson shot, deflection, save there by Davis. And you can see the linesman clink, and the referees are very quick to get to those pucks as they know they don't want any after whistle scuffles.
Not too much longer to go on the Dawes penalty. He'll be out probably at the drop of the puck by the look of it.
Here we are. So here's Webster facing off there against McDougall. Puck squirts behind the net, and the Adelaide Avalanche are there first through Chen. Out comes Dawes, so we're back to a 5-on-4. Puck squirts out, but just to the blue line, but able to keep it in by Riley. Dawes tried to lay the hit, but wasn't able to get there, and Dawes now in battling hard. So they got the big man out. Here's Chen. Chen, wise up shot, glove save. Oh, and Dawes brings that into the pad of Davis and allows him to cover up for a whistle.
So yeah, they're 5-on-4 now, so more, as you say, more of a structured defensive pattern for them, but they've got about another minute and 40 seconds of penalty to kill with 6 minutes to run and 1-1 in the game at the moment as we get ready for another defensive zone face-off for the Ducks, having to kill penalty after penalty after penalty. They're all riled up.
So here we are, face-off. Here's Vrolnik up against Malley. Vrolnik gets support by Dawes, who gets that puck out, and that goes all the way down. Trinka will come out, and big Dawes chasing in. Trinka fakes the pass and sends that over to his D partner in Hamburg. So Hamburg now here for the Avalanche, skating it out of his own zone, takes it past the red line, looking for Levesque, squirts through over to McMahon, over to Stringer, who'll send that down deep and kill more valuable seconds off this penalty. So with the prey to the penalty box, I believe I counted 4 of them for the Ducks. They've only so far had to concede 1, despite being down 5-on-3 on numerous occasions.
There's been a lot of 3-on-5s as well for them, so they've done a pretty good job of killing it.
But it's not over. So here's Corsins, just takes a little tumble, allowing Stringer to collect or McMahon to collect the puck. He's battling there hard, able to keep it. Corsins gets it, and that gets sent all the way down by Ruddle, and that goes behind the net, and Trinka will just leave it there for Malley to collect. So Malley for the Avalanche, circles, regroups it there to Siemens. Siemens looks for McDougall, chipped up, looking for Levesque. That goes all the way down for Davis. Davis waits, backhands it around, allowing Carpenter to collect to it. He tries to chip it out, but a battle there by Hamburg to keep it in. Poked there by Carpenter, but comes out to Benson. Benson, but a great job by Carpenter to lift the stick, negate that pass over to Levesque. So here's Hamburg, finding McDougall, walking in, McDougall, backhand shot, save, comes out to the slot,
Ducks
and there's Ruddle, and here comes Cutter. Cutter, one-on-one on Siemens. He's looking for some support, trying to find Stringer, but intercepted there by the Avalanche, and here come Riley. So we've got some back and forth hockey. Great defensive play there by Dixon to separate the puck from Riley. Battling hard there, the puck squirts out to the point for McDougall. McDougall winds up, shot, save there by Davis, and he's got Sack in front of him, and I think with Dane Davis taking exception to Sack being all over him, shoves him down, and will be interesting to see if we've got 2 or just 1 here on the play.
Okay, straight away back to 5-on-5, and what have we got?
So
there's a real edge and a fire in the air at the moment in this rink. Everyone's really riled up. The Avalanche think they've been unfairly targeted, and the Ducks are furious as to the damage done to Jamie Burke.
So it's Sack there on Davis. Davis gives him a little tumble to the face wash, and we'll have another penalty to the Melbourne Ducks, who give the Avalanche their, 4th power play now?
I think it's the 5th.
In the last 5th power play?
Number of which has been 3-on-4.
Let's just say since the 10-minute mark when Jamie Burke went
neutral penalty here, one of the Avalanche is off as well, so it'll be 4-on-4.
So they're going to give 2 to Sack for goaltender interference, I'd imagine, and then 2 for Davis there for the face wash.
It looks like we're getting a face-off in the Avalanche defensive end.
Yeah, so I think what that call would be is the first penalty would be on Sack for interfering with Davis, which would mean the face-off would be down into the...
getting a replay of that now, and you can see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Davis not very happy with Zach, just letting him know.
Yeah. Well, we said that this game might start to boil over, and we've had lots of stoppages. And now with the discussion, the puck's coming back down to the... coming back down into the Melbourne Ducks zone. So I don't know what the discussion would have been. I mean, if Sack's getting the penalty, I would have imagined that would have been first, with Davis as being second, which would put the puck down the other way. But we'll have 4-on-4 hockey here with a face-off to the right of Dane Davis.
Webster and McDougall facing off.
So Webster with the face-off win, gets it to McMahon, who finds Webster. McMahon curling now, puts it off the glass, but only as far as Bortignon. Bortignon sends it over looking for Benson, who takes a shot deflected, but that goes wide. Here's Dawes now for the Ducks. Dawes, he's got room to skate, and he'll take it. Dawes skating through the neutral zone, past the blue line. Dawes, nice little curl, drops it there for Webster. Webster wires, shot. Great save there by Trinka.
He put the puck up into the rafters there. That was a big shot, a lot of power on it. So 4-on-4 now. So for the first time in a while, it's actually a balanced game of hockey. It's been a long time.
So that actually, I take that back. That wasn't a save by Trinka. That was right off the crossbar. So great shot by Webster.
Yeah, Trinka's performed out of his skin so far.
Yeah, we got to give him the benefit of the doubt with everything he's been doing, right? So face off here, won by the Avalanche, but they only get it as far as McMahon. Chased there by Chen, but McMahon sends it over for Dawes. Dawes, nice little pass for Webster, but an even better poke check by Hazel. Carpenter now having a peek, will send that down the length of the ice. Trinka comes out to play it. He'll leave it there for Siemens. Siemens for the Avalanche, sends it right off the back of the leg of Hazel. And Vrelnik now with it, chips it, nice job. Vrelnik, backhand, and just sends it wide. Hector Vrelnik with the great hand-eye coordination to knock that puck. Went forehand to backhand and just put that wide.
Defense by Avalanche.
He had Trinka beat, but wasn't able to get it into the net.
And Dawes just hovering menacingly behind the net there as well try and pick up that rebound.
Oh, Hector.
And Riley doing everything he could too. He's managed to knock the goal off its posts.
Yeah. So here's Hector directing traffic. He wants McMahon close. He's going to hopefully win that race right back and allow McMahon to take a shot. So here's Hector now. Vrelnik back to McMahon, shot. Save there by Trinka. Chen now for the Avalanche on the half wall. Finds Hazel, who leaves it there for Riley. Riley now the Avalanche, 2-on-2. Riley trying to pass it through McMahon. Gets it, but McMahon able to use his big long reach to squirt that puck into the corner. Hazel now for the Avalanche, sends it into the slot. Intercepted by Ruddle. Ruddle now finds Vrelnik. Battling there, and Vrelnik again, nice job to tap that puck away and allow Ruddle to send that back for Carpenter. So the Ducks here through Carpenter, find a zone. Vrelnik making a lane for him, but Carpenter sees nothing that he likes, takes it into his own zone behind the net for some safety.
Still 4-on-4.
Still 4-on-4, and here comes McMahon. McMahon sends it to far side dump. Vrelnik collects it, drops it back for Stringer, shot into the glove of Trinka.
Trinka with another save. That one time fairly routine, but he's had a lot of pressure on him. I can't get over how well this goalie's performing. He's absolutely standing on his head every time.
Yeah, he's up to 38 saves now here in the second period, which is one hell of an effort for sure. So here's Webster facing off against Malley. Webster with the face-off went back to Stringer, shot on, rebound, collected there by the Avalanche through Steele. Steele takes it in front, and he was lucky not to get separated, but here comes Corsons for the Avalanche. Corsons wide, looking in front, stick save there by Davis. Webster chips it off the wall, but not out.
Back to 5-on-5.
Kept in there by Corsons. Puck goes deep, 5-on-5, Bennett up to Webster. Webster not able to get it out, and Sack sends it all the way around for Corsons to give chase. Cutter collects it, intercepted, shot, just goes wide. So here's Webster now collecting it in the neutral zone, looking for Dixon, but collected nicely by Steele. Steele just backhanded out to Bennett for the Ducks, and Bennett looking across, intercepted there by Sack. So here comes Sack, walking in, nice move, shoved off the puck by Stringer, showing his size there. Webster looking for Dixon, not able to collect it. So that offensive pressure that we saw there by the Ducks, where we've seen kind of sucked out a little bit by having to take all those penalties. And they'll be hoping to regain some of that going into the third period.
One minute
remaining here now, and here's Tashuma battling hard there by Malley. He gets support there by Gallagher. Puck goes deep into the corner for Levesque. Will rim that around, looking for Sack. Sack now playing forward here for the Avalanche, sends that high over for Steele, and he gets the body laid on there by Bennett, sorry. Bennett circles us up, and he was looking for Gallagher, but wasn't able to find him, but a nice pass there by the Avalanche up to Sack. Looking for Levesque. Levesque one-on-one on McMahon, but a great poke check allows Vrelnik to come out. Here's Vrelnik going in, one-on-one on Siemens, and the puck squirts out there for Carpenter. Will send that deep into the corner for Ruddle to give chase.
Beautiful.
We're down to 37 seconds left in the second period, so it's now or never for this before this penalty ends, or period ends. Here's Riley, chips it. Davis behind the net, back in front to Hazel. Down to Chen for the Avalanche. Circles in front. Here we go. 20 seconds. Intercepted here by Hamburg. Hamburg shot on. Pad saved by Davis. Anderson takes it behind the net. Rims it around. Up to Ruddle. He finds the puck and chips it forward to Vrelnek. 9 seconds. Vrelnek cutting in. Power move. Oh, hold down.
Penalties up.
And we'll have a penalty with 3 seconds remaining here in the second period. The Ducks will be going on to the power play to start the third. Unless they score with 2 seconds.
Unlikely, but possible.
Can't happen. It can happen.
Face-off win sometimes.
Great job by Vrelnek, taking it wide, cutting it forward. Look at this replay. Just drops his shoulder, brings it across, misses the poke check of Trinka, and probably would have been able to get that past that netminder if he wasn't hauled down there by Hazel. So here we are, 2 seconds. Ducks just deciding what they're going to do, and they're deciding if they're going to take the right side or the left side. And they've decided that they're going to take it here to the right of Trinka, and I would imagine that Webster will just try to bring it right back to Dawes. And shot saved by Trinka. Up. Oh, post. Oh, and it goes off the crossbar and off the post. A set play nearly works. And look at the smile on Trinka. They say a post is a goalie's best friend, and they bailed him out there. What a frantic finish to the second period. It's 1-1 hockey game, and if it weren't for that red piece of pipe there holding the mesh, we would have had a 2-1 lead there for the Ducks. Look at this. Cutter, puck comes up off the crossbar. McMahon just not able to get it, and when he does, it still goes off the post. He can't believe it.
Yeah, some amazing defence there with the Ducks with all those penalty kills too. At one point they were 5-on-3 for a while, and then
great face-off by Webster. Wins it forward, throws it on. Look at this. Up just off the crossbar. What are the chances?
It's almost a rugby union maul there with the pushing and shoving around.
Look at McMahon's face. He can't believe it. He's like, are you serious?
So we are tied at 1-1. 40 shots to the Ducks to 28 to the Avalanche with a very rigorous second period with an injury sustained by Jamie Burke early on, and then some very wild Ducks getting quite cranky about the whole thing. The standout player for this period and so far for this game has got to be the Avalanche goalie Trinka. He's doing an incredible job with 40 shots on him so far and just the one goal. And they've been quality shots too. They haven't been gifts. And an amazing display there by the Avalanche. We'll have our ice cut now, and we'll take a break. No, we're not taking a break. We've got
so I think
interview coming up.
Yeah, just going in there. We'll be having an interview here. One of the Ducks players here interviewed by Ross Fisher again. But I think with Pat McMahon just asking for a little chat from the officials there, he's just going to want to know what's going on with that whole parade to the penalty box. But he's going to go into his dressing room and say, guys, we're 41 shots to 29. We've dominated this game. Apart from that parade to the penalty box there at the midpoint of the second, it's ours. So let's cut through to the captain here of Michael McMahon and Ross Fisher to hear what he has to say about the game so far.
Thanks, Anton. Michael, pretty messy period that one with a lot of penalties, and now you start the third with a power play. How do you get the boys settled and ready for the next game period?
Yeah, I think that's the key here, is to take the momentum of the power play and try and stay out of the box, because the whole first period was 5-on-5 and we were dominating the game. So bit of a mess out there, but we just need to kind of center ourselves and get back to just going to work and doing what we do best.
So it's the game's still as hot as it was yesterday. The pace in the game, or has it seemed to ease off a little? How are you reading it?
I think the guys are feeling a little bit sore, but I think the intensity makes up for that. So guys are still going hard. I think the nerves have settled, so the game might be more settled, but the intensity is still there, definitely.
Good luck in the third.
Thanks, Ross.
And so thank you, Michael and Ross, for that brief chat while Michael goes in to talk with his team and again try and get them all settled. As Michael was pointing out, the Ducks certainly had the run of the first 1.5 periods, and then that flurry of unfortunate penalties. With understandably the guys are pretty cranky, but they've got to keep the discipline and keep the head screwed on. If you're killing penalties all day, it's just not going to work. So we're going to have a brief break now, and we'll come back to you very shortly. Welcome back to Ice HQ Ice Arena in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, for the Game 2 of the matchup between the Melbourne Ducks and the Adelaide Avalanche. It's the end of the just about to start the third period. The teams are all tied up at 1-1, which doesn't tell the full story. The second period, a little bit of drama. Jamie Burke, the alternate captain and one of the most valuable members of the Melbourne Ducks, injured in a mid-ice collision, and he's gone off with a knee injury. We won't be seeing him back for the rest of this game at the least. And as a result, the Ducks got a bit riled up, and we had 5 penalties, pretty much mostly almost damned back one on top of the other. The Ducks had the majority of the flow throughout the first and second period until all these penalties. At one point, there was a lot of 5-on-3 and 5-on-4 and 3-on-4 defence that the Ducks were having to deal with. Well, the penalty box was jammed full of green and black jerseys. So the Ducks now starting off the third period with a power play of their own, and they've been dominant on the power play. And in fact, they've been dominant throughout the game, apart from that incident after Jamie, and then the excitement that occurred after that. We're about to get underway now. It will be Anton Goss doing the call.
The parade to the penalty box really allowed the Avalanche back into this game, but I'm back in the composure of an experience of some of these Ducks to really bring that back and see what we saw really in the early pits of that first period. So power play here for the Ducks. Face off won by the Avalanche, but Hayden Dawes gets there first, and he'll send that over for Carpenter. Carpenter over the red line, takes it into the offensive zone, sends a cross ice dump for Webster to give chase. Clear there by the Avalanche, goes all the way the length of the ice, and Michael McMahon, captain of the Ducks, will have to collect that behind his net and take it out himself. So McMahon finds it up to Cutter, who sends it over to Dawes. Nice little move to make space. Shot, deflection. Oh, and a nice save there by Trinka. Cutter now battling hard there, being held. No penalty though. Battling there now is Webster. Out comes Corsons for the Avalanche. Short-handed here. 1-on-2. He'll circle, take it into the corner, dump it down, and kill some more seconds off the penalty there. And we'll have another penalty here. Hayden Dawes, just with that little extra hit there on Corsons. He'll go to the penalty box there for elbowing, and that'll negate the power play. So the parade to the penalty box continues, and we've got a 4-on-4 again, and he's not happy with the call, that's for sure.
So just a
there we are.
4-on-4. Upset boys.
Yeah, so that's not what the Ducks wanted. We mentioned we were hoping they were going to back their composure and stay out of the box, but that parade seems to continue, and we'll see if the Avalanche can keep under the skin of the Ducks here in the third period. So a pass up Vrelnik to Ruddle. Ruddle shot. Save there with the blocker by Trinka into the corner. Vrelnik sends it back to Carpenter, who sends it back to McMahon. McMahon sends a deep deflection just over the net. Here's Ruddle now in the corner for the Ducks, battling hard with Sack. Collected there by Ruddle. Ruddle shot, saved by Trinka in front of Vrelnik, and that just comes out. We've got an extra little push there by Trinka, and a battle there for Ruddle in front of the net. Goes behind, Sack on Ruddle. Ruddle bodies over Sack, but the Avalanche will now get out through Riley. So Riley circles, and we've got another penalty. So we'll see Ryan Ruddle go into the penalty box, and this allows the Avalanche out through Chen. Chen into the offensive zone on the delayed penalty. Chen with the move to McMahon in the corner. Does he touch it? No. So Benson circles around, and Bortignon keeps that in on the zone. Sends it deep for Chen. Chen over to Riley, into the stick. McMahon now, and with Carpenter touching the puck, we'll have Ryan Ruddle parade into the penalty box, and we'll have a 4-on-3.
4-on-3 for 10 seconds.
Power play for 10 seconds here.
And then it'll be 5-on-4 for the Avalanche. The Ducks having to kill yet another penalty.
This is the
making it easy for themselves, are they?
This is the 7th penalty following the mid-ice collision and injury to Jamie Burke, and this is not what Pat McMahon would have wanted coming out of that second intermission, because as McMahon said in the interview in between the periods, on 5-on-5, the Ducks are dominating.
And in fact, on any even matchup they are at the moment, the Avalanche are just not keeping up with the intensity of the game, but the Ducks just keep putting themselves in the box.
So there's Carpenter with a nice clear down the length of the ice, and Trinka will come out there to collect. He'll leave it for Benson, who'll wait and allow his team to skate. So out comes Hazel. We'll have now a short 5-on-3 power play for 10 seconds. Or for 37 seconds.
Yep, McMahon back out on the ice to kill the penalty.
So here's Benson now for the Avalanche, curling in his own zone, taking the space, takes it over the red line, sends it over to Levesque. Levesque now hit there by Webster. And Webster now, Levesque still with the puck, finds Riley into the slot, shot, blocked there by McMahon. And Webster will send that all the way down. And you hear the support by Dawes there for his captain, Muff, for the great defensive play there on the penalty kill. But here comes Levesque, laid out by McMahon. Big hit on Levesque, but the puck's still in through Sack. Sack curling. Nice job by Carpenter there. Benson finds Riley. Here's the Avalanche on the point. Nice stick there by Dawes, who came out of the penalty box there, and he lays the body there on the Avalanche there in the corner. Riley shot, glove save, and a beauty by Davis.
Dawes is a man on a mission now, and he's not the sort of player you want to get fired up. If he does get you, it's going to end very badly. But he's got to also maintain his composure. He's a big, strong man, but if he spends all his time in the penalty box, it's not very useful.
He was given a lot of cheer there for his captain. Michael McMahon did a great job on that penalty kill to block any real scoring opportunity and allow the Ducks now to get to 5-on-4. So we'll be 5-on-4 for another 50 seconds here. And the Ducks come out there and just missing Vrelnik, who will give chase on Seaman. So Vrelnik now hard on Trinka, who sends that there over to Bortignon. So Bortignon now for the Avalanche, over the blue line, brings in, takes a shot, and that just goes wide behind the net. He collects his own rebound, but Carpenter's there to send it only as far as the point, and that chips out through Siemens, and there's Vrelnik chasing. Vrelnik gets it forward. Oh, it's Siemens' shot. Scores! Hector Vrelnik! Short-handed goal to put the Ducks up 2-1. And no one's more happy than Ryan Ruddle in the box as Hector Vrelnik gets his second goal of the game.
That was a magnificent play. The super aggressive forecheck and the breakout. One on none, one on one. Gets through, gets a beautiful shot under pressure. Watch this on the replay. You can see how much pressure Vrelnik's under there. But he still manages to get a beautiful shot away, protects the puck with his body, bang, and it goes.
And I'll tell you what,
very much.
The Ducks have had a tough job getting the puck around Trinka, and then Vrelnik just sent that right through the wickets. Great composure, great shot, and great job on the penalty kill. The special teams strike again.
We've still got 15 seconds to go on the penalty. The Avalanche are going to want to score now. They need to get on the board quickly to regain some composure, or the Ducks are going to just pummel them to bits.
And you can hear the crowd. We had Vrelnik amping them up, and they're all cheering for their hometown Ducks here in the third period.
5-on-5.
So back to 5-on-5. Dawes now with the puck for the Ducks behind the net. He backhands that out to Ruddle, who just came out of the box, looking for Webster, sends that down, and that will go all the way down for icing.
So if the Ducks can stay out of the box now, I suspect the Avalanche are really up against it. 45 shots to 29 so far. The young goalkeeper for the Avalanche doing a superb job. He's just going to get hammered and hammered, and he's not going to save all of them.
Yeah, so, man, exciting time here. The Avalanche, despite having plenty of power play opportunities, not able to convert here in the third. And with 16 minutes left, we've got a 2-1 lead here for the hometown Melbourne Ducks. Here's their captain, Michael McMahon, curling behind the net, has a look, and takes it himself. So he'll skate that out past the blue line, passes it over to Dawes, brings it in. Dawes, winds, shot, and a glove save there by Trinka. There we go, so a great save there by Trinka.
Attacking face-off now for the Ducks, with another opportunity to get some points on the board. They're going to miss Jamie, but they've got a good line on.
We are. So here's Riley, knocked there, and Kashuma can't believe it. Another penalty here for the Ducks as he just gets in the way of the speedy Riley of the Avalanche, hauls him down, and the Avalanche are going to another power play.
They fall over a lot, these Avalanches, by the look of it, but no, that's a fair call. Riley was trying to sneak through a gap, and if you get tripped over, it's an automatic penalty. There's not much the referees can do about it. If the stick gets there and you go down, it's instant penalty. The referee has no discretion in that at all.
So here we are, power play to the face-off here to the right of Dane Davis. McDougall facing off against big Hayden Dawes. McDougall wins that. Benson back to Sack. Gets it back to Riley. Over to Sack. Sack walking into the center. Has a peek. Fakes the shot and gets it over to McDougall. McDougall here, the circle shot. In. Goes wide. Daniel Chen now battling hard with 3 Ducks, and Hayden Dawes sends that down the length of the ice.
A good clearance here to buy a bit of time.
There we are. So now here's Sack behind his own net. He sends it over to Riley. So Riley, you know he likes to skate with it. He gets the Jets going. Here he comes in with speed. Riley for the Avalanche, takes it wide, but Stringer keeps an eye on him. He sends that back to Benson. Benson circling back to Riley. Just a nice stick there by Dawes, but Riley with it now. He sends that deep for Chen. Chen looking for Benson, but off the stick of Vrolnik, and here he goes again. Vrolnik chasing Riley, but he won't get to that one first. Riley sending it over to Benson. So here come the Avalanche, in on the power play, dump the puck deep, but Stringer will get there first for the Ducks. Stringer, body laid there by Chen, getting support there from Benson. Now that's Ruddle, hit hard.
It's in there somewhere.
Puck's battling, gets it back to Sack. So here's Sack for the Avalanche. He's walking the line, takes a peek. He's got Riley over here on the short side, but that shot goes over to the corner, and Webster will get there first, and that comes out. So the Ducks just able to squirt that back, and Sack's forced to go back and collect that puck there.
45 seconds left to go on this penalty.
There we go. So here's Ruddle now, shorthanded. He's one on three, takes it over, throws it in, and forces Trinka to cover up, which is a great play there for the Ducks. They get that puck deep.
It runs
They
the
get
clock
that
down,
puck
and
deep there.
they get the attacking face-off. It is something, though, Ducks need to be careful of in these situations. They're going to have their D up, and if we've seen the Avalanche get fast breaks, so they're going to need to watch out for this one. The Avalanche with a good opportunity. Well, it's a defensive zone face-off. It's a set play, and they've got a numerical advantage.
Here's Leo for the Ducks. Send that deep. That's Friedberg there, Hamburg in the corner collecting it. So here come the Avalanche through Malley. Malley taking it wide, backhand, curls, just able to evade Leo, sends it back to Siemens, who looks over for Hamburg, not able to collect it. Hamburg gets to the forehand, battling puck, dumps down deep into the corner. Cutter there on Malley, but Malley comes out with it. Malley now, he's got Corsons and Malley, out to Corsons, back to Hamburg, shot saved by the pillows of Dane Davis, and Hector Vrolnik will send that out into the neutral zone and kill off a few more seconds there.
Schuma's back on the ice.
So Tashuma's out, here's Corsons. Anderson giving him chase and forcing him back into the zone. Levesque over here, over with it, battles it, but Trevor Leo able to get that puck back out deep.
Nice read there from Leo to see that coming for that stretch pass to Levesque.
Great pinch. So here's Levesque again. He's looking for it, but Corson isn't able to find him. Siemens now sends it over to Steele off the skate and deep into the corner. Carpenter will get there first. Forecheck there by Steele. Sends it over to Levesque. Save there by Davis, who's able to get right to left as quick as anyone would imagine to stop that shot. There, and that was a great heads-up play by the Avalanche just to throw that on, but they weren't able to beat Dane Davis.
And the Doors there tidying up the mess too, and just clearing it out with a bit of composure.
So Dane Davis now up to 30 saves here, and Matthias Trinka up to 45. So here's McDougall, captain, shot, save there by Davis, but the puck's loose. Puck's coming front, shot, scores! That's John Levesque for the Adelaide Avalanche, tying the game on a loose puck that squirted out front. We've got a hockey game on our hands there, Carl.
We certainly do. Jack Carpenter very upset about what happened there. I think he thinks that that should have been blown up.
Well, if you look here, so the shot by
whistle.
McDougall, right? Handcuffs Davis a little bit. He goes down to cover it, but the stick just gets his stick his own actually. So
it's Carpenter's stick that knocks the puck out there and frees it up.
Checked there by McDougall. Puck came out, and there we had Benson.
Yep. Whistle doesn't blow. The game's live.
Able there to get the goal. So we've got a 2-2 hockey game with 12 minutes left in the third period, and as if this match needed any more drama,
Full of it.
we've got an exciting finish here. So here's Dawes now, dumping the puck out. Siemens collects it for the Avalanche. Siemens looking for Riley, misses him, and Stringer collects it there, and we'll just send that off the half wall. But here's Riley, can't touch it there though, with McDougall, who's just offside, but he touches up. Carpenter now, little backhand pass over to Stringer, who sends that back over to Carpenter. He's got a little bit of time now, and he uses that to look for Dawes, and he finds him. So Dawes now using his momentum to get into the zone. He's got Webster, but a nice job by Bortignon to collect the puck. Riley now has it. He's got Benson. He finds him. Benson over the line. Shot. Blocked by Bennett. Benson still with it. Puts it in front. Shot. Puck's loose. Collected there by Cutter. Cutter sends it up to Ruddle. Ruddle, nice job to kick it to his stick. He's coming in here one-on-one on Sack with the shot, and that'll go wide and rim all the way around. But there we are. Two-goal man, Vrolnik collects it, and that goes down. And here comes Chen with the speed. He'll get there first, but McMahon will get there and just separate him from the puck, allowing Bennett to collect it there. But he sends it there to Benson in front. Oh, and just off the stick of Chen. So here's Steele shot. Stick save there by Davis. Puck squirts out to the point, but Sack not able to keep that in. So he'll regroup. He's got Steele, and he'll curl back and and wait for some opportunities here. And he'll send it over to Corsons. Corson, blind pass to Ruddle, winds up shot, Cooey! Glove save by Trinka.
Right, Trinka again, but that one a fairly routine save from the shot. He had plenty of time to see it coming.
Yeah.
That's there. The issue with the slap shot is, of course, it doesn't really surprise a goalie when it comes.
If you take a look at this one, Trinka was moving to his right, and puck went over to the left, and he did have to reach for it a bit. But yeah,
fairly routine save. But it's a set play now for the Ducks in deep in attack.
There we go. So puck comes around. There's Byron Tashuma collecting it, sends it in front, deflected high and out of the zone. Carpenter's back here for the Ducks, and he'll collect it. He's being chased here by Hanberg. Sends it through to the center to Gallagher, who tried to leave it to Tashuma, but there was a little bit of miscommunication there. Leo now sends it deep, but only as deep as Siemens. Hit there by Gallagher, and Gallagher comes out with the puck. Gallagher sends it deep, and here's Tashuma. 2-on-1 with Dixon. Sends it in front. Puck through the net. And we'll have a whistle as Byron Tashuma tried to get that to the backhand and find Dixon in front, but bundled into the net, with the net being dislodged from its moorings.
So a great opportunity there for the Ducks, but obviously now the pause with the goal off the net.
There we are. So
Truman
good
replay.
chance to bring it over. Just tried to get it around. Actually, that was a hell of a save by Trinka.
It was.
Tried to, if you look here, tried to get him
but
around it, but Trinka able to get the stick
also
skate there.
the committed block there by Bonington, I think. Was it Bortignon? Bortignon, beautiful committed dive there to take away that cross-ice pass that Schumer was looking for.
So offensive zone face-off here. McDougall saying it should be outside because Tashuma knocked off the net, and he's correct, and the officials will bring it out into the neutral zone.
And with 10 minutes to go, we're all tied up, 2 goals apiece. 49 shots to the Ducks to 34 for the Avalanche. The Avalanche have picked up the intensity in the last couple of minutes and had a bit of a run of a game that has been mostly dominated by the Ducks, apart from a smattering of penalties in the second.
Here we are. So here the Ducks through Webster scores! Hey, Liam Webster with a snipe!
That's why they pay him the big bucks. Liam Webster, he's a legend of Australian ice hockey, and that's why, when it matters, when it really counts, Liam Webster.
There we are, brings it in, and something out of nothing comes in, and a shot that just finds the back of the net. We haven't seen many of those, as Trinka's been great, but Liam Webster puts the Ducks back up here in the third period at Ice HQ.
That's just what they needed. They've had so many shots on, and I'll get that goalie's name in a minute. Trinka's done so incredibly well, but that particular one he wasn't going to save.
So here we are, the Ducks with the lead, and this is the third lead they've had. They were up 1-0, then tied 1-1. Then they were up 2-1, tied 2-2, and now they're up 3-2. And like yesterday, we're seeing this back and forth action where these teams just love to trade goals. So 10 minutes left here in the third. Let's see what happens. I'm sure we're in for a barn burner. Here comes Riley from the Avalanche, one-on-one on McMahon, able to get past him, stick there, and we'll have a penalty here for the, referee down here, arm was up.
And it's a penalty on the Avalanche by the look of it.
It'll be a hooking penalty there on Michael McMahon. Just as Riley was able to put the puck just around McMahon, tried to sidestep him and just got caught up in that long reach of McMahon. There you go, just goes around, and the stick just gets caught up in Riley.
Yep, it's a fair call on that penalty.
Yeah, so nice little loose puck deke, and then just trying to lay the body on him, gets the puck, gets the stick in, and we'll have a power play here for the Adelaide Avalanche, hoping to tie the game once again.
So they've got that opportunity, the 5-on-4 once more, this familiar situation for the Ducks. They've done way too much penalty killing this particular game.
And be careful, right? We've got 2 shorthanded goals so far in 2 games. You could almost call it like the power kill, but we'll see where we're going. So here come the Avalanche, and we've got Siemens there on the point. He finds Corsons, back to Sack. Little bobbling shot, finds Chen, but he's battled there by Stringer, who just lays Chen passes him into the glass. Levesque finds Corsons, back to Sack. Sack here on the far side point, looking over for Siemens. Siemens has a peek, takes a shot, but just fans on it, allowing Dawes to send that down the length of the ice and kill some much-needed time off this.
His big backhander gets it out and clear.
So we've got 1 minute 30 seconds left on the power play. Sack for the Avalanche behind his net, and he's just letting his team regroup and get speed. So here come Corsons now, sending it far for Chen. Chen over the blue line here, waiting, looking for Sack, takes a shot into the stick, shot, scores! Power play goal by the Adelaide Avalanche, ties the game here with 9 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third period.
It's a beautiful play, cross-ice pass, gets the goalie moving, and in she goes.
Makes no mistake, Corsons, he's been all over the puck today, and he just gets that backhand far side shelf. And the Avalanche themselves are now getting in on the special teams action so far this game, and we've got a tie game.
The pass came there, I think, from Chen, if I'm not mistaken, and he's been hovering around all the time, looking dangerous, and finally getting a reward for it.
So if anybody wanted to know what the PHL was all about, the Pacific League, I'll tell you what, it's an exciting brand of hockey. There's been little to separate these two teams so far over 5 periods, and now with a 3-3 tie with 9 minutes left, it's going to take something special to separate them once again.
If it does go to overtime, it'll be 3-on-3 for 5 minutes and then penalty shootouts. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Of course, we can't predict it, but wow, what a hell of a game this has been. I don't know about you, Gossy, but so I'm kind of beside myself with this one.
Yeah, it took a while just to get that intensity back up after that stoppage with the Burke injury, but these teams are flying out here now in the third, and here's Tashuma now. Tashuma shot deflected there by Bortagnan into the corner. Oh, Dixon just takes a tumble, but Avalanche able to collect the puck through Steele. So here's Steele now with the puck, sending it, intercepted by Tashuma. Nice job there by Gallagher, but a poke check there by Bortagnan. And here's McDougall, sends it around Carpenter. McDougall coming in, looking in front, face one-timer there, missed, and the Ducks are going to get that out through Dixon now. So that was Benson in front with the one-time, but a great defensive stick by the Ducks to stop that shot from getting through on Dane Davis. So here's Gallagher now, going hard, and here's a chase by Benson on the captain there of McMahon for the Ducks. McMahon takes it behind his own net. Benson giving chase, sends it over to Carpenter, who just reverses it, looking for Ruddle, but finds McMahon instead. Here's Vrelnick. He's got 2 already. He's feeling it. He finds Ruddle. He's got Anderson there on the side, and Anderson will collect it there in the corner and send it deep for Ruddle to have chase. Ruddle now battling with Steele, but in comes the Avalanche through Hamburg to send that up on the boards there for Levesque. Levesque through to Hamburg, up to Malley, intercepted there by Leo, up to Ruddle, who'll send that down the rest of the ice.
Leo with a good read on that pinch in. It was just right on his timing.
So here's Sack with the puck, and Hamburg's just, waiting here up at the blue line, looking for that stretch pass, but he's got Stringer keeping an eye on him, and here's Steele. Steele on Vrelnick. Vrelnick with a great stick. So here's Anderson. Anderson in. Vrelnick wants a penalty, but it's not. Here's Ruddle. Takes that puck behind the net. Vrelnick now will pick up his stick and bring it into the zone. Puck comes out to Stringer. Stringer shot! Oh, and that just goes wide. Sack sends it around for Levesque, but a great pinch there by Leo, battling with Levesque, and just misses Vrelnick, and the puck will go all the way down the rest of the ice for an icing.
Well, that intensity really up now. The 3-on-3 with just over 7 minutes to go. The Ducks frustrated. They've had so many shots on. They've got 50 shots on the net, but it's just not managing to get in there as much as that number of shots would suggest. And it's not like they've been garbage shots by any stretch of the imagination. They've been really good shots under a lot of pressure.
So here's Webster facing off against McDougall. Webster ties him up. Puck comes in for Cutter. Cutter now behind the net, circling into the corner. Cutter has a look, circles into the slot, cuts it back to Bennett. Bennett shot off the skate there of the Avalanche. And here's Levesque. So Levesque up. He's got McDougall. He finds him. McDougall now over the blue line. Nice little move to take that into the corner. Sends it to the front, but misses everyone. Collected there by Siemens, keeps it in, so that allows Levesque to chase up there on Bennett. Levesque on Bennett in the front, and Dane Davis covers up for a face-off.
It was awfully close on that clearing the zone too. From where we're standing, we had a pretty good view of that puck. I don't know. We might have had a better view of it than the referee might have looked out to me. But anyway, that's the way it goes. The puck is called in, and so the game continues.
Yeah,
Avalanche now.
I'll give Crowther benefit of the doubt, right? He was standing right on the line. Whole puck has to cross, but we'll see what happens here. So here's Steele, finds it over to Bortagnan. Bortagnan with a shot into the body of Dixon, and that'll go down into the corner. So Stringer battling against Malley. Stringer collects the puck and sends it up on the half wall. Poke check there by Tashuma, but Adelaide collect the puck and send that deep. Here's the captain of McMahon, chips it up to Gallagher, who chips it out of the zone. Here comes Dixon, hard on Corsons, sending it over to Bortignon and finds it into the zone for Malley. Malley chips it up to Chen. Chen stops up, just evades the check there of McMahon, and here comes Dixon with the puck now for the Ducks. Dixon out of the defensive zone, has a peek. He's got Tashuma, Tashuma just offside. Just a little extra move there by Dixon. Just put Tashuma offside there.
Just over 6 minutes now to play, all tied up at 3-3. Ducks got a job to do. If they've led, it's been back. They've led, it's been back. They've led, it's been back.
Yeah.
It must be so frustrating, but yeah, it's hockey.
So who's the hero tonight? We had big Hayden Dawes yesterday with a game-winning goal with 1 minute 30 left. Is it going to be the Adelaide Avalanche with a comeback victory, or will the Ducks be able to gain the lead again and win for the second time in 2 games?
We have an icing back in the Ducks defensive zone. Another opportunity for the Avalanche to set something up and get a shot in. If they can do it, if they can win the face-off and get that clean puck, it's a good chance for them to get a shot. 51 shots to 36 so far, Ducks to the Avalanche.
So here's Hector Vrelnik up against McDougall. McDougall ties it up and collected there by Leo. So Leo for the Ducks now, off the wall. Intercepted there by Siemens. But here comes Vrelnik now chasing Siemens. Puck squirts out. Ruddle sends that in and it just goes off. Yeah, accidentally. Vrelnik's questioning it. But
it did hit him. I don't think you can't claim that one, mate.
Yeah. I don't know if he was saying, oh, they knocked it in, because if you bring it into your own zone, it's not offside. But that was clear.
I'm pretty sure it came off a touch.
Exactly. It was Ruddle that put that one in there. Cheers, Hector's had a hell of a game. 2 goals, a power play goal, and a short-handed goal. So I guess what he needs is that 5-on-5 goal, right? But here come the Avalanche. McDougall to Benson, over to Riley, and he just fans on it. Oh, and the puck squirts out to Sack. Sack sends it down to Riley. Riley in front. Benson shot. Oh, Dane Davis is down. And Riley sends it back to Sack. So Sack now shot. Whew, off the body of Carpenter and wide. So here's Carpenter now with it. Sends it high off the glass. Sack able to keep it in. And here's Benson now in the slot. Shot. Save. Squirting out. Puck loose. In the corner. Still with Adelaide. Sent across. Here's Riley. Riley on the half wall now just by the circles. Stick handles. Gets it across. Hall was looking for Benson but just went behind him. Benson sends it back and just out of the reach of McDougall. Allows the Ducks to have a change. Oh, and there we go. That was Shirkston-esque by Trinka with the long stretch pass looking for Riley, but just missed him.
I don't think there's anything this goalie can't do.
I know. He's having a hell of a game, but here comes Webster, who's hoping to get another goal for the Ducks. And Cutter will send that deep and give chase. Trinka comes out again. He'll leave that for his defender, but here comes Webster. Webster kicks it to a stick in front. Oh, just out of the reach of Cutter. McMahon now sends that deep. He's got Cutter back to Webster. Webster in the corner, sends it back to Stringer. Stringer with a shot, off a leg, back to McMahon. McMahon into Dawes. Dawes, shot! Glove save, Trinka!
Yet another one.
Oh my, for his 50th save of the game.
It's an unbelievable effort by this young goalie. We were told by the Adelaide guys when he came over that the kid's a highlight reel, and absolutely without a doubt.
Look at this too. I mean, talking to Trinka, look at this save by Davis. Puck comes over, he sprawls, and that just rings off the post.
Yep, that was another one of those game-winning saves.
So there's Dawes shot. Blocker save, puck's loose, Dawes, but out comes Steele. So Steele with the Avalanche, they've got numbers. There's 3. He's got Levesque, shot into the trapper of Dane Davis.
Dane Davis made that one look easy.
As I've said many times, if Dane Davis can see the puck,
it's not going
he'll be able to catch it, right?
Yep. You could say the same thing about
Trinka.
Trinka at the other end.
Now we're having quite the goalie duel. I mean, I know it's a 3-3 game, but 39
almost
saves.
100 shots in this game.
Yeah, 39 saves for Dane to back up his 40 save performance from yesterday. And we've got 51 saves now for Trinka. So here's Levesque, shot off the blocker there of Davis. McMahon sends it across. Hamburg able to collect there first. Nice stick there by Webster, who lays the body there and gets the crowd going. So Hamburg got hit there by Webster. And Dawes there again to a battle. Cutter knocks the puck, comes out. Blocked there off the stick of Levesque. So nice body there, hit by Dawes. But the Avalanche still collect the puck. So here's the captain now, McMahon, galloping up with some speed. He checks the puck and he'll take that in himself. Over the blue line, McMahon just misses it. And here comes Levesque. Levesque the other way, but he's all on his own, and that's Anderson standing him up. great job by Anderson there. So here comes Stringer. Stringer, nice little move.
Offside for the Ducks.
Just offside.
I've got to say, Michael McMahon, he's really stepped up. He's playing a huge captain's game. He's done shift after shift after shift, and he's just been impenetrable. And his wisdom and his defence has really been like the driving force behind the Ducks. And just fanning on that shot there, found himself in a position he's not used to. But by golly, he's playing one hell of a captain's knock.
That's for sure. So here's Stringer with the puck for the Ducks. Looks over for Leo. He'll just send that down the ice for Vrolnik to give chase. Sack with the puck, sends it on the wall, but Ruddle's there for the Ducks. Ruddle battling, hit there by Siemens. And now here's Vrolnik on Sack. Sack able to get that over to McDougall, though, who looks across the ice for Corsons, but misses him, and that'll go down, and icing waved off for Leo. So Corsons plasters Leo on the boards, but Ruddle collects that on the half wall. Ruddle trying to clear that out off the stick there of Siemens and into the netting, and we'll have a face-off.
Straight back on again. We've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. We're all tied up with 3 goals apiece, and a neutral zone face-off for the two teams to reset, get their breath back just a tiny bit, and keep going. So one very exciting game.
That's for sure. So face-off win by the Avalanche, and they'll send that puck deep into the Duck zone. Riley chasing it, McMahon battling. McMahon gets there first, and Riley dumps McMahon into the boards. Here's Bortignon, sends that deep. McMahon again on Riley, but McMahon comes out with the puck this time. McMahon looking up for Shishuma, but Riley battling there hard. Puck squirts out, and there's Gallagher. He sends it up for Dixon. Dixon coming in on Steele, tries to go through him, but Dixon does a great job to use his skates to keep that puck from going in. And here come the Avalanche, 3 of them. Sends that into the corner. McDougall with captain on captain, and McMahon able to just force McDougall to send that over to the corner for Riley. So Riley circling around, back to McDougall. He'll wind up, shot, and that goes far into the corner. Riley now, he has Bortignon, but he looks back and finds Steele. Steele with the shot off the stick of Gallagher, and McMahon now finds him. So Gallagher over to Tashuma. Here come the Ducks. Tashuma over the blue line, takes it wide, stops up on the half wall. He looks in front, sends that on to Trinka, and Trinka covers up for the face-off, for a face-off there.
Just under 2 minutes to play, 1 minute and 52 seconds. And we're all tied up. So far this game, we've had 96 shots on goal. 96, Gossie.
Oh, it's been back.
Now, you're a goalie. What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've had one game in beer league. I think I had 57 shots, and I couldn't believe it.
It's like a shot a minute.
And I can tell you, they weren't at the quality of what these guys are. These guys are at. So, kudos to both the attendees. They're playing really well. But this game, there must be a winner. And I think one of them will hope that it's their counterpart that lets in that game-winning goal.
Zamboni doors opening up, getting ready for a cut.
Yeah.
So
here we go. So puck squirts out. Webster over to Cutter, but here come the Avalanche. So here the Avalanche now through Hamburg over the blue line, gets it through Bennett. Hamburg loses it in his feet, allowing Dawes to collect it. And he backhands that down the length of the ice. And here's Cutter chasing hard on Siemens, but Siemens able to get that to his D partner in Sack. Sack now battling, but the Ducks collect it through Webster. In the middle, Dawes! Oh my, Trinka! What a save! And Cutter sends that back down for Webster. I thought for a second we were going to have another Dawes dandy. Hey, but Dawes scores! It's a dandy! A dandy by Dawes! A go-ahead goal with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. This guy knows how to score them clutch goals, Carl.
Well, he had a fire in his belly ever since that incident mid-ice, and he's spent some time in the box. Very upset about it, but the passion and the power in this man is something to be believed. And we didn't know who he was a week ago, but I tell you what, that number 20 jersey has been selling like hotcakes out of the store here, and they're going to sell a lot more of them now indoors.
Well,
that man is on a mission.
I can tell you what, I mean, I'm not saying I'm Pat McMahon, but in any game this season, if there's under 2 minutes left in the game, throw Dawes out on the ice because he comes clutch.
Yep, absolutely. If the Avalanche have called a timeout by the look of it.
There we are. So the composure of the Ducks, what a play. I mean, the first play coming in, Dawes does an amazing shot, and Trinka just makes an absolute save. Brilliant save. That goes into the corner, and Dawes collects it, takes a peek, and says, you know what? I'm going to throw this on net, and just able to beat Trinka.
And I'm just wondering if we can get another look at that follow-up goal, if it's possible to just get a replay of that one, and just we can see how it panned out. So we've got the shot on. Trinka makes that first save.
And just
there it is. Oh, no, that's afterwards.
Yeah.
If we can maybe just rewind that just a smidge, is that possible?
Yeah, just leading up into that. It was a great zone entry. Yeah, look at that save.
Rebound.
And Dawes then chase it up. Cutter comes, collects it, and just as Trinka's yeah, look at that. Oh, that was actually off the bar. So off the bar.
Missed everything.
Yeah, and then Dawes collects it and just throws it through the wicket. So 1 minute 4 seconds. The Ducks have been here before. Last night.
They have, yep.
And so the Avalanche, so the Ducks will be hoping to repeat performance with another Dawes dandy game-winning goal.
But the Avalanche want to go home.
But the Avalanche want to go home with something.
Without a win.
So here's Riley with speed into the offensive zone. He curls, brings it, corner, hits it off the post, and that goes behind the net. So here's Carpenter now battling. He's pinning it there. Lots of people going, lots of check-in, and we're going to see a
definitely going to be a penalty
hand
there.
pass. Hand pass by Benson, and we'll have the puck, it looks like face-off outside.
Oh, no penalty called for that, Russell. Interesting.
Yeah.
The net was dislodged. It looked to me like there was a little bit of holding going on, but not what they've been called for. 50 seconds to go. Ducks 4-3. The Avalanche, will they pull their goalie? They've got to take the risk. They're going to have to go 6 up. They're going to lose otherwise. It's one of those things. A lot of coaches are a bit reluctant to pull a goalie, but in this situation, there's no point leaving him on the ice.
The minute they get control, Trinka will be going to the bench. So here's Riley now. Sends it, but a great little pinch there by Carpenter, but not able to win it. So Sack sends it deep, and there goes Trinka. So we're 6 on 5 now.
40 seconds to go.
With 40 seconds remaining. Webster sends it high. Puck didn't even go out. So
a little bit unhappy about that. He thought he was in with the chance of getting an empty netter.
Yeah,
but
the Ducks are furious because that was chipped off the boards. Puck didn't even leave play. Came back down on the ice, but the whistle had already been blown there by the official.
You've got to play to what the whistle does, unfortunately. Fortunately, that's the way it works. Whatever the referee sees is reality, like it or not.
So the Ducks are a little upset here because they're blowing that puck went out, which would mean a face-off in the Duck zone. But the Ducks reckon it never went out at all, so they want it outside. But let's just rewind to that 6 on 5 call yesterday.
Yep.
So I think it goes both ways. And the Avalanche here with 6 skaters on the ice. We'll be hoping that they can win the face-off, probably send that back to Sack on the D, set it up, and get a shot with some bodies in front on Davis.
Absolutely critical face-off play there. Every second counts. The 29 seconds now to go.
So here we are. So McMahon battling hard, keeping it against the boards. Puck squirts out to Dawes. Bodies there, out to Siemens, and that goes far into the corner. So Carpenter will be hoping to get there first before McDougall. Rubbed out on the corner. Cutter comes in to support. Puck still battling there. McDougall.
10 seconds to go.
Puck squirts out there to Riley. Riley in front. And McMahon, the captain, intercepts it, which is a game-saving interception right there with 2 seconds remaining. The Ducks have done it again. A Hayden Dawes goal with under 2 minutes remaining, and the Ducks 4-3 winners move to 2-0 here on the Pacific Hockey League.
They're pretty excited about it as well. They should be. They dominated this game pretty much from start to finish. There was that period in the middle where they spent way too much time in the penalty box through a bit of ill discipline. But understandable why that happened. They were very upset about the injury to Jamie Burke. Of course, we hope that he's all right. No one wants to see Jamie injured. We've got awards for the guys. So Trinick with the... sorry, not Trinick. I'll get you to call them one for me, please, Gozzy. We're going to give the awards for the
3 stars.
3 stars for that one, but that'll be. I'll get you to do that one, Gozzy.
Yeah, 3 stars the game. I mean, it was an absolute beauty. It's hard to pick them, but 3rd star tonight has to go to none other than our game-winning goal, Hayden Dawes.
He did it twice.
Truculent player out there, scores an absolute beauty to give the Ducks a win. 2nd star tonight with an unreal 52 save performance has to be Matis Trinka.
Without a doubt, that's one of the most outstanding goalkeeping displays we've ever seen here.
And our 1st star, none other than our special team specialist tonight.
Hector Vrelniak.
That was Hector Vrelniak with 1 power play goal early on that feed from Burke before he was injured. And that short-handed goal, which was just great offensive pressure there to pressure the puck and find the wickets.
Yeah, it certainly was. So I think we've been treated to an absolutely magnificent 2 days here of hockey here at Ice HQ. And it's the players doing the handshake now afterwards, which is always end of hostilities.
Yeah.
Spent 60 minutes beating the crap out of each other.
I'll
and
tell
then
you
we'll
what.
shake hands and have a beer afterwards.
The Ducks, they played really well. Great series. You know, being able to get up those 2 games. There was very little to separate these teams.
Yep.
Both games down to a last, minute 30, minute 4 seconds, right, remaining in the game, in order to get ahead, and none other than the big man Dawes.
He pulled it out, absolutely.
He's definitely making some fans, but wishes go out to Jamie Burke. Obviously injured in that collision. Hopefully there's nothing serious, but I think the boys will dedicate that win to him, because they did a great job there.
They certainly will. And also a big hand out to the Avalanche. They came here and they gave it everything. They a massive credit to that team. They performed extraordinarily well. As you say, Gossie, both games could have gone either way. There was a bit of luck and a bit of good fortune for both teams in most contexts. But don't take anything away from Dane Davis.
Yeah.
Wow, he made a lot of saves too. We're singing up Trinker, but Davis as well with an absolute game-winning effort from him.
I think the extra points for Davis too is he's done it back-to-back, right? I think last night made 40 saves, tonight made 38 saves, and what's that? 48, 38, 78 saves in 2 nights. Man, someone needs to get him a Moondog, Moondog beer. So just as we're waiting here, we've got our. We will be having a post-game interview as well here with one of our Ducks players. For those of you that aren't aware sort of how the Pacific League is working, the Ducks will be flying north for their next game. They'll be going up to Brisbane to play up against the new team of the Brisbane Rampage. Those games will be available live streamed as well. So please look forward to tuning in. And for those of you that are here in Melbourne, whether you're in the beer league, whether you're around the rinks, be sure to come out to the CCM All Out shop and get some of the nice merch. We got sweaters, hats, jerseys, you name it.
So just the details coming up for the next few games for the Pacific. Ducks' next game is versus the Brisbane Rampage up in Brisbane on May the 20th and 21st. So that's next weekend. The Ducks, as you say, fly north. And then they play the Coast at Arena on the 28th and 29th of May, and that's up in Central Coast, New South Wales. The Avalanche's next game versus the Coast at home in Adelaide next weekend. So fill your bar in Adelaide. You've absolutely earned that. What a magnificent display from your guys. Incredibly courageous. And then the Ducks' next home game is here versus Brisbane Rampage on June the 11th and the 12th, which is when we'll be back with you. More details on the Ducks webpage and on the pacifichockeyleague.com.au and all the relevant social media pages as well. Thank you very much to Brandon from Spacequake and all the Ice HQ team, and especially Ross and Carrie Fisher, whose dream it is to get all this stuff running here. Ryan Soup Hines, Phil, and all our referees, our ice techs, and all our small army of volunteers. We can't make this show work without all of you coming along. And it's been a fascinating series, and we've been very thrilled to be a part of the opening round of the Pacific. I think, Anton, you and I have had a magnificent time with the second best seat in the house. And it's going to be a fascinating series. We're so excited to be able to present it to you. So from Anton and myself, thank you very much for watching. I think we've got an interview coming up.
Yeah, so we'll be showing a highlight pack. And boy, Brandon, I don't know how you picked them all, because they were a bunch.
The whole game was a highlight.
But enjoy the highlights, and then we'll have an interview with Ross Fisher and one of the Ducks players after the game.
And we will be back with you when we take on the Brisbane Rampage on the 11th of June. Bring it on.
Well, here we are, Hayden, again, 2 days in a row, the game winner. Is this something that you're going to make a habit of?
Yeah, I mean, going to try to do that, but I mean, we got a few crossbars in there as well, so I think we're unfortunate to not have more than the four it turned out to be. But yeah, if they're going to come to me like that, I'll gladly take them and get a couple wins, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Bit of a different game today to yesterday. There was a lot more penalties called today over yesterday. Did that sort of stop the flow of the game a little? Was it in favour of the Ducks, or just had to play it the way it was?
Yeah, I mean, it makes it hard. Obviously, it takes the flow out of the game, and then I think it's a bit of back and forth. It's really choppy with the penalties and that, so I think the momentum kind of went back and forth. It was a bit to us, a bit to them, kind of all over the place. Obviously, with the dirty hit there, taking one of our best players out, you kind of want to answer the bell for that. It's unfortunate that has to happen and kind of go uncalled for. But you know, it's a long season, so we're just happy to get the win, get the 2 points, and move on to Brisbane next week.
Well, it's an opening weekend and 2 wins, so it's a good way to start the season and on to Brisbane next week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's everyone can probably say at home too. It's no, it's here. It's been pretty quality hockey out there, and it's been a lot. I think it was pretty quick pace, and yeah, I'm just looking forward. Happy to be back, and yeah, looking forward to Brisbane and onwards throughout the season.
Okay, thanks very much, Hayden. Thanks for your time.
So thank you very much there, Ross. That's us all done for this live stream broadcast. We hope you've enjoyed it all, and Had a lot of fun. We certainly have had here, and we're looking forward to being back with you when the Ducks take on Brisbane up next weekend. Thank you very much, and that's all for us.